is just looking for a way to get that Texas Tech loss, that bad taste out of their mouth. But they're facing a very confident team in Oklahoma State, looking for a signature win here on their home floor.
Baylor played all but 2 minutes in that Texas Tech game without leading scorer Talia Scott, averaging just under 21 points per game, top 10 in the nation in points, scored second in the Big 12. Today she is available. Barring anything unforeseen, she'll be in the starting lineup and ready to go. Now, is she her old self? Time will tell, but we even saw in those final 2 minutes, Lori, against Texas Tech, her presence on the floor was big. Although she missed a couple of shots, she had 2 big assists when she was out there.
Yeah, and also took a charge as well. So she was a difference maker. I mean, being less than 2 minutes and you assist, because people have to account for you trying to score the ball, because that's what Talia is, a scorer. So she was able to find 2 of her teammates with high percentage shots that they hit, and then taking a charge that I almost want to say was almost a little too late for her to get out there. But I was sure glad to see her, and really glad to see her on this trip and participating in shoot around and warm ups, and because she is a difference maker for this team when she gets hot, when she gets confident. And it's not only just her scoring, but her ability to facilitate now, because defenses really have to keep their eyes on her.
One other injury note, Ella Brow available for the first time this year. The SMU transfer, a native of Australia. A backup point guard is available. Will she play? Game situations will dictate that, but she is available for the first time, and that is great to see someone who can be an additional ball handler out there besides Jana Van Geitenbeek and Talia Scott. This is Conecuh Sausage Countdown to Tip-Off. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork. They're patented blend of seasonings, and it's smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition, and the official smoked sausage of the Baylor Bears. You may have heard behind us some cheers. The Bears have taken the floor now. Both teams out on the floor, getting ready, warming up for today's game. Worth noting, Oklahoma State is without one key player. Freshman Lena Girardi, who's 4th in the nation with 41 threes made, is unavailable today per their Big 12 mandated availability report. We'll take a break here from Stillwater. When we come back, we'll hear from an Oklahoma native, Dariana Littlepage Buggs, playing in her home state for the final time in her Baylor career. You know she wants to have a big game. We'll talk to her when we return to Stillwater after this, as we get you ready for Baylor, number 22 in the nation with an 11-3 record, 0-1 in conference play against Oklahoma State. Receiving votes, they're 12-2, 1-0 in conference action. This is Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all gamers.
You just sent me the coaches, not the player.
Don't get faked by.
No.
Here's a tip: no reputable.
I'm sorry. I thought you had I thought you said send a big packet, and I thought it was that, but you just sent me just the coach.
Person payment app. Scam.
I will.
Just don't do it.
Okay.
This is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, optometrist of Baylor Athletic.
Oh, it sounds good. Thank you, dear. Appreciate it, man.
Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
She also has 23 turnovers, and just the trying to make sure that she gets the ball in the hole. She's there for some really good looks, especially on those high percentage shots. If she gets a shot from outside, she can knock down the three ball, but really when you're inside the circle, you certainly hope that she can knock those down.
This is Conecuh Sausage Countdown to Tip-Off. Glad to have you with us on this New Year's Eve day. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork. Their patented blend of seasonings and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating, pick up a pack, and enjoying your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition and the official smoked sausage of the Baylor Bears. It's Baylor and Oklahoma State today from Stillwater. We're going to have Dariana Little-Page Bunce up coming here in just a moment as promised, but first we'll take a break. We'll have the starting lineups and a little bit later on thoughts of Bears head coach Nikki Collin as well. That's all on the way from Stillwater in this Big 12 conference game here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Services has been caring for Central Texas.
Sorry, Kim, my phone's not.
Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows close interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity.
Oh, thank you.
Hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience.
You need my email?
Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care,
thank you, sir.
Hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Planning a new or used vehicle purchase? Drive the lane with First Central Credit Union's easy online application. It's a winning season with First Central's full court press of quick local loan processing, your best rate, and flexible terms. Apply online. You'll score at www.firstcentralcu.com. We're your team.
Membership and loan policy requirements apply. Member NCUA.
We'll give it like an extra minute or so.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. Driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyota Thon.
Okay.
Toyota
I got it.
is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back here at Gallagher Iba Arena in Stillwater, fans making their way in for today's matchup between Baylor and Oklahoma State. As promised, in just a minute, we're going to hear from Dariana Littlepage-Buggs. But first, we have today's starting lineups, and we will give them to you now. When it comes to sports medicine and orthopedics, Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics brings the home team advantage to Central Texans. First for Oklahoma State. They are 12-2 on the year, 1-0 in Big 12 play, receiving votes. All but one player in their starting lineup is averaging double digits, and the one who isn't is just 0.4 of a point away from that. Their forward is Ako Akata, UCF transfer, averaging 10.5 points, 7.5 rebounds per game. Staley Hurd, the veteran guard, is back, 9.6 points, 4.4 rebounds per game. The other guards are Haley Timmer, 16 points, their leading scorer, 16 points per game, hitting 50% of her three-point shots this year. Micah Gray and Amari Whiting both run the points. They combined for 27 points and 7 assists per game. For the Bears, Talia Scott is back in the starting lineup, second leading scorer in the Big 12 at 20.8 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, 3.5 assists. She's joined by Jana Van Geitenbeek, who is top 15 in the nation in assists at 6.7 per game. The forwards are Kirsten Johnson, Dariana Littlepage-Buggs, the Big 12's leading rebounder, and Bella Fauntleroy, averaging just a tenth of a point, under 10 points per game for the Bears. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. From injury prevention to enhanced recovery, team up with us to get back in the game. Time now to hear from Oklahoma native Dariana Littlepage-Buggs. The OKC product is glad to be back home one more time.
It means a lot. I love playing in front of my family and friends, so I love it there. But just to get to play in Oklahoma one more time before college is over, it's bittersweet.
I got to close it out with a win here now. Been from Oklahoma City, or what, about 30, 45 minutes away?
I think it's an hour and a half maybe. So,
okay, so
yeah.
Yeah, how many people are going to have here today cheering you on?
I have 15 requested tickets, but I think it'll be a lot more than that. So
That's got a good cheering section for you. And also, Mark Kayla, you've got some more Oklahoma friends on the team now.
Yes, we had a joke. We see who had.
All right, sounds good there. Thanks.
I do have more than her, but I think she had a pretty good amount too.
Good Baylor cheering section here today. That's a good thing. Do y'all talk about Oklahoma much? Is it do you swap stories?
Sometimes. I know she's from Tulsa, so sometimes we hear her stories and then my stories. But yeah, always Oklahoma. We're always referring back to Oklahoma. A lot of people are like, "Oh, the Oklahoma people," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's us." So.
That's you. Yeah, that's good to have you both here, a freshman and a senior, which is crazy to say you're a senior. What would it mean to you? You know, obviously, you want to, this whole senior year, you want to have a great one, and I think this team's poised to do that. A tough loss right before Christmas, but what do you want to see today to kind of bounce back here on the road against a really good Oklahoma State team?
I just want to see toughness. I think that's just we are tough and bring that. I think we'll be okay. I think we have to just match energy. When we match energy, we just got to execute at that point. But if we do the punching and don't get punched, it's a lot easier to maneuver.
You know, I was thinking this team, you think back to that month of November, of Paris, which was exciting, but also challenging. You have to go several time zones away, then Las Vegas, Orlando, then you deal with an injury to Talia. Does it feel like you talk about toughness, it feels like you guys have already just kind of faced some different challenges that can hopefully make you better?
Yes, no, we've definitely since November we faced a lot of challenges. I think it's made us better in some sense, and us just being a new team. You don't want to go through tough times a whole bunch, but it's good for us. We're learning it. It's given us a lot to learn from, and just some situations just to grow up a little. So it's good for us to go through those tough situations early, especially. It'll help us definitely in the future, and now that Big 12 has started.
Well, after the game, will there be a certain spot in the arena at Gallagher Iba you're going to be looking where your family's going to be? Are they all going to be together there?
Probably. I know they'll definitely be behind the bench in a little family section, but I think just out in the lobby, I'm definitely going to go out there and mingle with all of my tribe. So.
All right, we'll go get them.
Yeah.
See for yourself why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green, along with her dedicated optometrists and staff. Receive trustworthy insights about your eye health, enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes, face, and neck areas with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Visit greeneyeassociates.com. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud. Here's a tip. If you receive a call from someone claiming to be from a company, don't give them your personal information, ever. Unless you know them personally, hang up and call the company back on a verified number. This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas, San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor Nation rolls along with Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Start with award-winning service and factory-trained techs. Then shop our new and used lineup from cars, trucks to SUVs. All made your man for life.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bears on the road today in Stillwater, taking on Oklahoma State. It's time for a pregame visit with head coach Nikki Collin. Baylor coming off of a loss in the Big 12 opener, 61-60 to Texas Tech. But Talia Scott back now, not 100% it sounds like, but able to go today.
Yeah, I mean, she's practiced more and more and has looked a little bit better each day in practice. We're still gonna have to watch and see, how it impacts her when the lights come on and she goes up and down. But she definitely has not really missed a beat when it comes to practice since Christmas break ended.
Well, obviously having her out there is big for the team. You look at the matchup here. You've got Oklahoma State, the nation's number 3 offense, 11.5 threes per game, and Baylor in the top 10 in the nation. Basically every defensive statistic that you want to be in the top 10 in. So really a strength versus strength. So what's going to be key today? What's going to be key to seeing Baylor's defense do what it needs to do against Oklahoma State's offense?
Well, I think it starts honestly with offensive execution and taking care of the basketball. If you get good shots, if you get shots that you have a chance to rebound, that really have a chance to go in, you can get your defense set, and that's the best way to keep them from making open threes. Like, they're at their best when they're playing fast in transition and they're getting a piece of the paint, kicking it out and finding open shooters. They certainly get them in the half court, but they thrive.
She's a legend. You gotta understand that.
To contest on their threes.
Yes.
That's where they just are really good. They're good at getting downhill in their ball screens, and then find.
And she's a Steelers fan, so we gotta give her credit on that.
In the game.
Yes, sir.
They're high. 2 points, and you're talking about a player who's got about 12 collegiate games.
Mr. Miller, you might have to put your Sears flag and wear a flag T-shirt or something.
This team as we get deeper into Big 12 play.
Yeah. There you go.
She has to thrive on being a potential 6th Player of the Year candidate in this league. Offensively, she's a player that can create her own shot, that you can screen for her and you can get her into actions. Her game is very finesse. We got to get her to be a little more physical when she attacks the basket, and get herself to the pivot foot and things like that she tends to want to play over and around people instead of putting her body on them. But I think her growth is going to have to come at the defensive end. I think we're starting to see what she can do offensively, to continue to get more and more minutes and impact us the way we need her to potentially win a Big 12. Understand when people are going to back cut her, they're going to screen her. She's got to understand when we're switching, when we're not switching. But she's definitely grown a lot in terms of
before and after the Texas Tech game, and in that game you talked a lot about what that looked like in terms of their defense and the defensive pressure they'd apply. What does toughness
is the head of the snake for them. But they also can bring Wooten in, so they have 2 kind of point guards out there that can get after you defensively. We've got to set good screens. I think toughness today is are we great on the glass? We have a decided size advantage on the glass today. But do we use it? Are we tough enough to grab offensive rebound? Do we give them one shot? But then it comes down to screening. Are we getting people into screens? They do a good job of being really physical at the point of attack. So when it comes to pin downs and ball screens and staggers, are we hunting and finding them? And not setting illegal screens, but really taking pride in getting our teammates open. To me, that's what toughness is going to be about, screening and rebounding.
Maybe there's a similar answer here, but you're talking about executing there. But you think about the game against UNLV, a true road game. Today, another true road game. What stands out to you about what you want to see from your team coming into these environments?
Yeah, you have to be poised. You have to get it done at the defensive end first. Usually on the road, you may not make your first 10 shots, but are you grinding on D? Are you giving yourself? I mean, we pride ourselves on being good defensively, but the reality is you have to be good defensively on the road. There are very few teams over time that were just truly offensive teams that could go win championships and win games consistently on the road. And so we've got to rely on our defense. We've got to create good shots for us and get the right people the right shots. And we've got to see our turnover numbers go down. We've got to do a better job of understanding what our strengths are. I challenged the team yesterday. Own your strengths. A lot of our turnovers are coming when people are playing outside of themselves and trying to make something happen. And it's coming from a good place. Players wanting to help the team, but they're putting themselves in a bad position, which then creates turnovers, driving the baseline when it's not there, and then trying to bail yourself out with a pass that turns into a turnover. We have to understand that you can turn the basketball over. We can set our D on an illegal screen. We can set our D on a travel, but we can't, on a live ball turnover. So understanding strengths and weaknesses and really valuing each other and playing to each other's strengths.
All right, thanks very much. Bears head coach Nikki Collin with the pregame comments. It is Baylor and Oklahoma State today, coming up from Stillwater straight ahead on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family. Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game, then come see us at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. Together, let's drive.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230 CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
This is Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Brooks wants to drive in on Abraham, who blocked her shot.
Way to go, Abraham. She held her ground.
Top of the key and traffic out to Fauntleroy. Here's a three.
All right, guys, let's do this.
Today's game is brought to you by Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor Women's Basketball. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Baylor Scott and White Health, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. TFNB, your bank for life. The official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Get ready. Tip-off is just moments away. Now, back to the voice of Baylor Women's Basketball.
Lights are down here in Foster Pavilion. The Baylor starting lineup has been announced, and soon they'll announce the home team, the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Two teams looking to get off to a good start in Big 12 play. For the Bears, a tough loss on Sunday the 21st ensured that they would not literally get off to an immediate good start in Big 12, but they have an opportunity to make up for that on the road. A couple of road games starting today, and then Sunday against Iowa State. But it is one game at a time right now. The focus is on this one. An Oklahoma State team, Roy, that has been ranked this year. They're receiving votes right now. They're 12-2. The schedule they've played hasn't been as tough as some out there. In fact, you look, their losses have come to Oklahoma. Pretty dominant win by the Sooners, their in-state rival, and a loss to St. John's. They do have a win over Miami, one Power 4 win. They obviously, much like Texas Tech on Sunday the 21st, they want to see today's game as an opportunity to kind of make a statement that their start is for real. For Baylor, the statement is, hey, we can bounce back, and we didn't have our leading scorer there against Texas Tech. We're pretty good, especially when she's back in the lineup.
That is true, and what Oklahoma State did when they opened up the Big 12 schedule was go on the road and get a big win at Cincinnati, where they were just raining threes in from all over the place. A win on the road is something that you definitely want in Big 12 play. That's what Baylor is looking for, especially coming off a game where they weren't able to hold the home floor. And so they have a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth. They're ready to get back out.
We got a good couple, 3,000 people here, at the very least, maybe a little bit more. Well, we got a good Baylor cheering section behind us. A lot of fans took advantage of the holiday to come. Of course, you've got Markayla Johnson from Tulsa. You've got Dariana Little-Page Bugs from Oklahoma City. Each of them brought about 30 fans individually. So there's 60 Baylor fans right there between the two of them, and they're going to make some noise behind us. So maybe a little taste of home here in Stillwater.
Yeah, you've got Bella Fauntleroy from Springfield, Missouri, so not very far away as well, relatively speaking. But
closer to Waco, for sure.
Very much.
Yes.
So it's great to have green and gold here, and the thing about Gallagher-Iba Arena is that we're going to hear the fans no matter how many are in here. This is an arena that the crowd can pack a punch, just like we see at Foster Pavilion. So Baylor's got to take the crowd out of it as soon as they can.
And you want to hit your shots, and if the Oklahoma State gets in transition, get back defensively. That's when they knock down one of the top three-point shooting offenses in the nation. They're really good in transition. But Baylor wins the tip, and we are underway. Talia Scott controls the basketball as the Bears begin on offense. She feeds it to Kirsten Johnson, who puts it on the floor, banks it up too hard. That's a miss, and Staley Hurd grabs the rebound. Here comes Oklahoma State. They like to run. They're not sprinting right now, but moving with some pace. Now they slow down into the half court. Nearly a carry violation there by Hurd, but she's able to maintain possession. She gives it off to Amari Whiting, the BYU transfer. Now to Timmer, who flings it in the corner to Micah Gray, who's standing on the left sideline. That's a turnover, giving it back to the Bears.
You know, Baylor made Oklahoma State look really uncomfortable with that possession and covered up the three ball, and that's incredibly important against Oklahoma State. So Baylor with a miss on its first possession, and Oklahoma State a turnover on its first.
Baylor back on offense. KJ hands it off to Talia Scott, getting downhill left side. She bounces it outside to Van Geitenbeek. Now to Buggs, sees a lane to the basket, drives inside and finishes with the left hand.
Buggs didn't give up on that ball. All of a sudden she turned around and she saw a lane and went straight in with the left hand.
Baylor with some good defense. OSU was able to maintain the possession as Timmer is barely able to unload it outside the Hurd. Now Gray drives inside and has her pull up mid-range rim out. Van Geitenbeek comes out of there with it. Here come the Bears. With a 2-0 lead. Nice outlet from Van Geitenbeek to KJ beneath the bucket for two.
Well, Baylor with 4 points here, and both buckets assisted by Jana Van Geitenbeek.
Just about 90 seconds in, Whitey drives inside, has her shot deflected, and Van Geitenbeek comes away with it for the Bears. Feeds it ahead to Talia Scott. Baylor with the ball and a 4-0 lead, 90 seconds into the ball game. Scott with a crossover dribble, attacks the basket, now feeds it to Dariana Little-Page Buggs. She glasses it too hard. Rebound tipped back out to Talia Scott, and the Bears will get another look at it with 12 on the shot clock. Buggs takes the feed, sends it left side to Fauntleroy. Drives inside on Whiting, kicks it into the corner. Extra pass to Van Geitenbeek. Drives with 5 on the shot clock. Another extra pass to Buggs, who cannot hit the free throw line jumper. Here's Alcott with the rebound. She sees a lane to the basket, drives all the way inside, puts up a tough floater that comes from downtown, but she's been effective when she does, and Baylor is in front 7-4.
Bella touches the paint and gets the basketball out to KJ.
Here is Timmer handing it off to Whiting. They have yet to attempt a three-point shot. Timmer sends it down low to Gray. Gray, one of 5 double-digit scores on this Oklahoma State team. Shot clock at 5. Good defense by the Bears. Gray has it with 2. With 1, she unloads a wild 3. No good. Long rebound caroms to KJ, and here come the Bears once again with the ball on a 7-4 lead. 3 minutes and 15 seconds gone in the contest. Here's Bella Fauntleroy driving to the free throw line, popping a jumper back rim. No, a fight for the rebound, and a loose ball foul is going to go against Kirsten Johnson. KJ called for the game's first foul. Tell you what though, Lori, Baylor has been dictating the pace so far with good defense and getting some decent looks here. So far 3 of 8 from the field. 7-4, Baylor with the lead, Oklahoma State with the basketball. Alcott has it at the top of the key, bounces it out to Whiting. Whiting flings it to Timmer, a dangerous three-point shooter, their leading scorer, South Dakota State transfer. She sends it off to Hurd, fakes a 3, drives inside, kicks it out to Gray, whose 3 is too strong. Weak side board go to Whiting, and the Cowgirls are going to get another look at it. Here is Timmer unable to cash in with the 3 on the kick out, and Buggs plays the rebound. Feels like the Bears dodged a bullet there. Outlet ahead to KJ from Jana, but she cannot finish. Left the right-hand runner short. Here comes Oklahoma State once again. It's gone. There's a pass out to Timmer. KJ gets back on her defensively. Around an Alcott screen picked up by Scott. Into the corner to her. Drives left baseline. Cut off by Buggs. 14 seconds to shoot. She tries to bounce it. Does her into the paint, and it's knocked away and stolen by KJ. Another turnover for Oklahoma State. That's their second. Bears will try to turn it into points. Here's Fauntleroy at the free throw line, angling inside. She is cut off, and she is called for the travel. She ran into a brick wall and just made an extra move without the basketball hitting the floor. Markayla Johnson playing in her home state. She checks in for the first time. She is in place of Talia Scott, who will get an early breather. Kyla Abraham will check in on the next dead ball. Here's Hurd taking a feed, unloading a three that is off the mark. Offensive rebound to Oklahoma State beneath the bucket. They send it back out to Hurd. On the drive, Ray takes the feed, misses the runner, but draws the foul. That's called on Dariana Littlepage Bugs. Her first team second. That rolled off the rim. Otherwise, Ray would have had a chance at a three-point play. Kyla Abraham is in for the Bears in place of Kirsten Johnson. Johnson active early with 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 points and 2 rebounds for the Bears. Gray at the free throw line. First shot is up, and it is good for the 92% shooter. So not expecting her to miss, but you'll gladly take it. 5:12 to play first quarter. Baylor with a 7-5 lead as Gray has one more free throw after the Bugs foul. It's up, and it also is good. Bears have the ball on a 1-point edge. We're approaching the midway mark of the first quarter. Bears looking for their first road win in Big 12 play. Baylor does have one true road win this year. That was at UNLV in November. Here's Belafonte with the ball high on the left side. Finds Markayla Johnson floating in the lane and missing the pull-up jumper. That was in and out. Just wouldn't stay down. Hurd claims the rebound for the Cowgirls. She attacks the bucket, tries to dump it off down low to Prezek Barevko, who just checked in, but it's stolen by Belafonte. Jana Van Geitenbeek with a flip in transition to the cutting Dariana Littlepage Bugs for 2.
Van Geitenbeek has assisted on 3 of Baylor's 4 baskets, and 2 of those have been these beautiful long passes.
Nearly an Oklahoma State turnover as Jaden Root, the sophomore, just checks in, gets the ball back, and then misses the runner. Here's Markayla Johnson with the rebound, bringing it up the floor herself. 4:20 to play first quarter. Baylor with a 9-6 lead, away from the ball. A foul is called. A moving screen goes against Kyla Abraham. Her first, team's third, and that brings us to our first quarter media timeout. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank. Proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. First Big 12 road game of the year for the Bears. They lead it 9-6 with 4:18 to go in the first quarter. Here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage led by expert industry knowledge and a commitment to community. With kindness and integrity at the forefront, every agent is equipped to help you navigate the market and make the real estate journey your own. Whether buying or selling, feel supported with an award-winning agent at your side from first offer to contract and close. Magnolia Realty serves cities including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Temple. Learn more at magnoliarealty.com.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. If you get a call saying you're going to lock you in jail for making dirty
To Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
4:18 to play first quarter here in Stillwater. The Bears with a 9-6 lead over the Cowgirls. So far, Lori, good defense. Baylor has forced 5 straight misses for Oklahoma State, and Baylor, while not perfect on offense, 4 of 11, has really pushed the ball down the floor, and I think been able to really get out in front of that Oklahoma State defense a few times.
You know, they really have, and especially on those 2 incredible passes that Jana made. You know, they're like 75-yard bombs in NFL football, but somebody has to catch it, and somebody has to be able to touch the end zone. And this time it's KJ. He was able to get in the zone and finish on one of those, and then Bugs on the other side. I mean, those are 2 players who can run the floor, and credit Jana for being able to see that and just dropping a dime from long distance for Baylor to be able to jump out to this 9-6 lead.
Tell you what, right now they did not give her that 3rd assist on that pass to Darian.
Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness! Hold on.
Let Colin Pirtle, our stat man, our communicator, communications director extraordinaire and our erstwhile Paris correspondent. They're going to take a look at that. I believe that she very much should have her third assist on that. But worth noting here, Jenna Van Guyton, who got off to a slow start in the year after not playing for essentially a full calendar year after tearing her ACL in the opener last year, has really come on strong. She has 7 or more assists in 6 of her last 7 games. She has pushed her points per game average from below 2 the first few games in the season to up over 6, and her 6.7 assists per game are 4th in the Big 12 and 12th in the nation. Maybe we'll get that third assist for her.
Well, Bella was the one who got the steal, but I thought she outletted it to Janet right in front of us. Well. Okay, so I'm glad I'm not just like making that up.
No, I'm with you.
Could have sworn that's what I saw.
Jaden Wooten actually leads Oklahoma State in assists per game off the bench with 6 as a reserve. She's on the floor right now as they have the ball out of the timeout, down by 3. Baylor on defense. Wooten retreats beyond the three-point arc as the shot clock ticks to single digits. Wooten cut off defensively. She bobs it outside to Timmer. Timmer is dangerous. 5 to shoot. Drives inside. Sends it in the corner to Wooten on the drive. 2 seconds to shoot. Puts up a tough mid-range. Leaves it short. Jana Van Guyton chases down the rebound. Fires it ahead to Talia Scott, who checked back in on the timeout. She fires a step back 3. And is fouled. Okay. 3 free throws are forthcoming. That will go against Amari Whiting, and that's the first on Oklahoma State.
You know, that's a big part of Talia's game. I mean, that was a tough 3 to try to pull, but the defender banged into her on the way down and then hit her again after she let the ball fly.
Talia Scott, after dealing with that ankle sprain, is back out there. She played just under 2 minutes on Sunday the 21st against Texas Tech in the starting lineup today. She calmly drains the first free throw. And the second. That one hit the front rim but fell home. She has one more coming. She's hitting 91% of her free throws this year. Second in the nation in free throws made. Second in the Big 12. Second in the nation in free throws.
Well, she made the most important of 3 free throws at one time when Baylor was playing in the screen game, and she got that score to 6-7.
That's right.
And the crowd went wild.
At the other end, Wooten pops a mid-range jumper, and the sophomore knocks it down. Baylor with the ball at a 12-8 lead. Driving in, Markayla Johnson glasses it up a little too hard, and Wooten has the board for Oklahoma State. Fires it across to Timmer. Couldn't step into a 3. Feeds it to Whiting in the corner. Whiting drives to the baseline. They don't call her for the double dribble, but they do call her for, maybe they do call her. I'm blocked out here, but
so was I.
They've got the double dribble. Either that or a travel. Either way, it's a turnover, giving it back to the Bears. The entire Baylor bench saw that transpiring there in the right corner.
Well, Janet was on her in the middle and trying to play some body-up defense and got the turnover call.
12-8, Baylor with the ball and the lead. 3:07 to play, quarter number 1. Talia Scott splits the defense, somehow gets inside and flips it off, glass it in from the left side of the lane.
Give some credit to Kyla Abraham, who was just battling in the middle but created space for her.
Talia Scott, the game's leading scorer, with 5 points, and as Oklahoma State sets up on the offensive end, a foul is called away from the ball.
A moving screen.
Give it back to the Bears. Another moving screen. This one's going to go against Acho Akot, her first and the team's second. Kaylin Nelms is in for the first time for the Bears. 2 games ago, she delivered a career-high 15 points in Baylor's win over Southern. It's a 14-8 Baylor lead. The Bears have possession. Here is Markayla Johnson trying to get downhill, cut off, forces up the shot, and it rims out. Offensive rebound in a crowd by Nelms, puts it back up and off. Oh, and Akot grabs the rebound.
Boy, Nelms is so good at those just right at the rim putbacks.
We're going to see Yuting Dunn check in for the first time for the Bears, offering for Baylor high 22 points against Texas Tech. Akot with a nice post move, kind of old school. Turned right, turned left, and then flipped it in. And they have cut the Baylor lead to 4 at 14-10. 2:10 to play, quarter number 1. Jana Van Guyton make the cross-court pass to Markayla Johnson now to her fellow Oklahoman, Darion Littlepage. Bugs fakes a pass, drives inside it. Oh, glasses it up too hard. Just a little too much on it. Great move, but she couldn't finish. Now Oklahoma State the other way. It's Amari Whiting, the BYU transferred to Oklahoma State after Mom Amber Whiting was fired as BYU's coach. Reverse layup attempt by Jaden Wooten is no good. Kaylin Elms claims the rebound and feeds it ahead to Talia Scott. 100 seconds to play first quarter. Baylor with a 14-10 lead. Nearly a Baylor turnover there as Talia Scott was stripped on her way to the bucket, but it's out of bounds off of Oklahoma State. And now Yu-Ting Dunn checks in, fresh off of her 22-point outing against Texas Tech. 7 of 11 from the floor, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. She's averaging 8.6 points per game off the bench for the Bears. And you feel like she could become a bigger and bigger weapon for this team. She plays it into Jenna Van Geitenbeek. Van Geitenbeek gives it off to Nelms, top of the key, offside left side. Now back to Jenna. She flings it right back to a cutting Nelms, who leaves the little left hand over the shoulder, flip short. Man, Baylor's actually had some good looks right at the rim that just haven't fallen. Now here is Wooten popping a mid-range jumper. She's good at this, and she gets the roll.
She is. She finds that space and just going one-on-one against Baylor, but just steps a little bit beyond the free throw line and pulls that jumper.
They've cut the Baylor lead to 2. Bears try to push it back with a minute to go first quarter. Talia Scott spins in the lane, puts up a well-contested shot in a crowd. Oklahoma State's able to bat the loose ball back to Whitey. They're going to come the other way with a chance to tie or take the lead. Cross-court pass to Gray into the corner. Timmer, a dangerous three-point shooter, but she's too long on the 3, and Bugs cuts in front of the crowd for the rebound. Oklahoma State has yet to hit a 3, 0-5 here in the first quarter for the nation, one of the nation's top three-point shooting teams. 35 seconds to play in the first. Dunn takes the pass high on the right side of the floor, around a Nelms screen, drives in the traffic strip to the basketball. Oklahoma State comes away with the turnover. Pass ahead to Amari Whiting, who misses the layup attempt. Luton, though, with the offensive rebound and carries the jumper from the baseline 10 feet away to tie the game at 14. But the Bears can play for the first quarter's last shot. They're down to 12 seconds remaining with the shot clock done. Van Geitenbeek in the center jump circle with 8, with 7, gets down to with 5, finds Nelms at the free throw line. Her jumper spins home with 2 seconds to go, and Oklahoma State will not clear a shot. That's the way the first quarter concludes. The Bears with a 16-14 lead in what has already been a back-and-forth, fast-paced ball game here in Stillwater. Hey, Bears fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. 1 quarter in the books here in Stillwater. Baylor 16, Oklahoma State 14. And we'll be back with more after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
It's the wrap-up year sales event at Allen Samuels in Waco. Get the 2025 Ram 1500 Lone Star with 0% for 72 months or 3.9% for 72 months, plus 10% below MSRP and $2,000 in Black Friday select inventory cash. Check out the huge selection of 2026 Ram 2500s, now with $4,000 combined bonus cash allowance, backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Hurry, these year-end savings won't last long at Allen Samuels.
Come by. Let's be friends.
You're listening.
1 quarter in the books here in Stillwater, and the Bears have a 2-point edge. They lead the Cowgirls 16-14. Baylor led by as many as 6 points there in the first quarter, but Oklahoma State put together a 6-0 run to tie the game before Kaylin Nelms canned a jumper with 2 seconds to go for the first quarter's final margin. And Loria, a couple of thoughts. One, Baylor is really not letting them get a lot of good looks from beyond the arc so far. This is a team that averages 11.5 made threes per game. That's second most in the nation. Their three-point shooting percentage is top 10 nationally at 39%, but so far they are 0 of 5, and I'd say they've really only had a couple of really good looks, which they missed, and that's really key to their game. You know they're going to hit some threes, but you like what Baylor did defensively on the perimeter so far. Not surprising for a team that is number 6 in the nation in three-point defense.
Yeah, because it's an interesting game out here. There's a lot of battling and physicality. I mean, if you watch Baylor bring the ball up, they are being bumped all the way around and tough to get around screens, and so Baylor really just hung in there with that 2-point lead. But just late, you got Wooten who came in there and just hit some shots, got a second chance opportunity, and put one back there, and that's something that on second chance points, but also Baylor has got to finish at the rim. When they get there, they have just got to find that touch and find a way to get the ball to go through.
Yeah, you look, Lori, Baylor is 6 of 19 from the field, 31%, and I think there's about 3 or 4 misses right in close. Meanwhile, they've held Oklahoma State to 6 of 17 from the field, 0 of 5 beyond the arc as the Cowgirls have the ball to start the second quarter. It is Wooten and Alcott who combined for 12 of their 14 points. Wooten drives around Johnson, cut off, tries a tough turnaround hanger in the lane and knocks it down. She has an old school game in the sense that she likes to just kind of get into the mid-range and find an opening and knock it down. She's got a nice touch, and she's the game's leading scorer with 8 points. We're tied at 16. Baylor with the ball at the other end. Dunn tries to change that, but misses the free throw line jumper. However, the offensive rebound is chased down by Nelms, fires it to Van Geitenbeek, who knocks down a 3 with a second chance opportunity. That makes it 19-16.
And I love when she gets the ball at the top of the key on that step-up 3.
Here's Gray trying a step-back 3. No good. Bella Fauntleroy cuts in front of the taller Alcott for the rebound. She's going to bring it up the floor herself, and she is hip-checked by Alcott. That is
what
Alcott's
I'm talking
second
about.
Foul.
That has taken a while, an entire quarter for that to finally be called.
Yes, that was obvious right there for sure, and she knocked Fauntleroy down. Kayla Nelms will head back to the bench after scoring 2 points with 3 rebounds and an assist coming off the bench.
Yeah, that was her 100th and 101st points of her career, and then she just assisted on the offensive rebound to get the ball to Jana for that step-up 3.
Minute gone here in the second quarter. Baylor with the ball and a 19-16 lead. Van Geitenbeek has it top of the arc, angles to the right side of the floor, flips it to Fauntleroy, unloads a 3. That rattles off the board, and Wooten claims the rebound. Wooten, a talented sophomore, averaging 11 points and 6 assists off the bench for the Cowgirls. She drives into a crowd, cut off, fires it up over the taller KJ and misses. Rebound strong-armed by Bella Fauntleroy, and she brings it up the floor herself and flips it to Van Geitenbeek. Jana attacks and angles inside, gets beneath the basket. There's a paint touch. Tries to direct traffic, instead flips it down low to Bella Fauntleroy. Can't clear a turnaround, lobs it outside to Dunn. 10 on the shot clock. Dunn spins inside, cut off, gives it off to Markayla Johnson. Markayla Johnson in all kinds of trouble with 5, with 4, feeds it to Van Geitenbeek, unloads a long 3. Nearly falls, but she cannot hit it, rolls off the rim, and Bella Fauntleroy flying after the rebound is knocked to the floor. She draws the foul, so a possession that seemingly was going nowhere ends in a near make for Jana Van Geitenbeek, and then a foul against Oklahoma State. That's on Micah Gray.
Okay, Oklahoma State fans didn't like that, but Bella went in to challenge that rebound and got pushed in the back and down.
Yeah, that was really aggression by Bella Fauntleroy that you like to see. She has 3 rebounds and an assist early. Buggs takes the inbound lob from Van Geitenbeek, gives it off to Markayla Johnson. Now to Van Geitenbeek, catch and shoot on the 3. Oh, in and out. Boy, Baylor's had a few just in and out. That one popped back out, and here comes Oklahoma State. A 19-16 Baylor lead, just over 2 minutes gone second quarter. Whiting drives inside and attacks and earns a chance for a 3-point play. That goes the fouls against Markayla Johnson, her first, and Baylor's first in the second quarter. Whiting just attacked the bucket. A 5'10 junior drove inside on Johnson with some aggression and laid it in as she absorbed the contact. If the name Amber Whiting sounds familiar, Amari Whiting sounds familiar, she played at BYU the last 2 years. Her mom, Amari Whiting, was the former head coach of that team. And then when they made a coaching change, Amari transferred and opted to come here to Stillwater. She hits the free throw to complete the 3-point play, and we're tied at 19, 7:45 to play in the opening half. Jaden Wooten is called for a foul and then demonstratively reacts across midcourt. But she was clearly a little body from behind on Van Geitenbeek, and that is Jaden Wooten's first foul and the 3rd on Oklahoma State. Pay no mind to the Oklahoma State fans booing. It was not the hardest foul you'll ever see, but it was a foul.
And that's 2 in a row where there's been some tough defense on that.
Here's a
Side of
mid-range
the ball. There
jumper
you go,
from
Bugs.
Bugs. Knocks it down. Bugs has 6 points. Jana Van Geitenbeek has 5 first-half assists. Hurd back in the ballgame for Oklahoma State. Gives it off to Gray. Circles and attacks the basket and flips it in with the right hand. That ties the game at 21. Just about 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Jana Van Geitenbeek on the drive, feeds it into the corner. No one there, but Bella Fauntleroy chases it down, steps into a three that's off the mark. Bugs with an offensive rebound on the baseline and circles back out again. All the way to the right side of the floor, pops a mid-range jumper, no, and Wooten skies in front of KJ for the rebound. Baylor struggling with their shot here early, 8 of 27. We're tied at 21, 3 minutes gone second quarter. Flip into the left corner. Hurd can't clear a three because Bugs got back defensively. She feeds it across to Gray, who knocks down their first three of the afternoon.
You know what, Gray, to get hot, she has 4 straight 20-point games, and that's she hasn't had a chance to get off many shots today.
Here's Jana with a catch and shoot three, quickly answering from the right wing.
Boy, that was a quick catch and shoot from Jana, who knocks it down on Bella Fauntleroy's second assist.
Well, Oklahoma State had just claimed their first lead of the game, but Baylor ties it back immediately. 24-all the score. Here is Gray circling to the top of the arc, feeding it left side rather to Whiting. Whiting on the drive, gets downhill, floats it up and in. A little teardrop runner from Whiting. This is an Oklahoma State team that on the year is hitting over 50% of their shots. They're at 45% here in the early going. They lead the Bears 26-24. Under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Jana Van Geitenbeek, middle of the floor, gets downhill, tries to feed it to Bugs, but instead threw it right to Wooten. That's Van Geitenbeek's first turnover of the afternoon. Wooten out to Hurd. Baylor gets back defensively. She can't clear the three, but drives inside and has a chance to earn a three-point play as she is fouled and as she made the layup.
Almost just needed to let her have that shot. Bugs stuck her hand in there at the last minute, and that's Dariana Littlepage Bugs' second foul.
Well, you hate to see that. Bugs is hit with her second, so we may not see her for the final 5:41 of the first half, although at the moment she is staying in. Oklahoma State has outscored the Bears 14-8 here in the second quarter and has opened up a 5-point lead at 29-24 as Hurd completes the three-point play. Oklahoma State has hit their last 5 field goals after going just 7 for their first 20. Baylor trying to stop this Oklahoma State run. They feed it down low to Talia Scott, who fumbles the pass out of bounds. Thought maybe there was some contact, but no contact, and that's a Baylor turnover. That is now 6 Baylor turnovers that have led to 7 Oklahoma State points. And Baylor looking for a defensive stop so they don't add to that here. It's 29-24 Cowgirls. Whiting feeds it left corner to Wooten. Wooten surveys the scene now, wants to drive, double teamed, circles to the middle of the floor in the lane, pops a jumper and hits. Boy, that is tough to stop. She hits a little fall-away floater, and Oklahoma State has a 7-point lead. That's the biggest lead either team has had on the afternoon. Jana Van Geitenbeek flips it to Bella Fauntleroy, splits the defense, drives inside, puts up a tough shot that spins their way. Whiting out to Hurd, thought about a three, fakes it, now picks it up, swings it across to Gray. She will unload a three, but she left that short, and Fauntleroy has the rebound. She's off and running, but Oklahoma State has numbers, so she'll slow down into the half court. The Cowgirls have scored the game's last 7 points, and they have a 31-24 lead. Van Geitenbeek to Fauntleroy, high right side. Fires in the post at the free throw line to Bugs, playing with 2 fouls. It is Van Geitenbeek, nearly fouled, pops a jumper at the free throw line, no good. Egarevga, the tallest player on the floor at 6'3", grabs the rebound. Here comes Oklahoma State in transition. They feed it to Gray. Back outside to Wooten, drives right side of the lane into their floating jumper, and she is almost automatic on those right now. She has 12 points. Oklahoma State has a 9-point lead. They've scored the last 9 points, and Coach Nikki will call a timeout. You know she doesn't like to call first half timeouts, but she needs to stop this run. Jaden Wooten has scored 12 points, most of them on mid-range jumpers, and Oklahoma State has a 33-24 lead. I want to say thanks to all of you watching on the Courtside Cam, brought to you by NextLink, reliable high-speed internet for your home or business. Hey, Bears fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like, proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Oklahoma State on a 9-0 run, prompting a timeout by Bears head coach Nikki Collin. 33-24 Cowgirls, 4 minutes to play first half. Here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Slam that cash with First Central Credit Union. Create a full court press with First Central's free checking that pays you cash back and refunds fees from other banks' ATMs. Enjoy free reward checking and be the MVP of a new cashback season. It's an easy bank shot. Apply online at firstcentralcu.com. We're your team.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
Eligibility and qualifications apply. Member NCUA.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball.
Back here at Gallagher Iba Arena in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Oklahoma State leading Baylor 33-24. Certainly on a hot streak, a 9-0 run by the Cowgirls, prompting a Coach Nikki Collin timeout. Baylor fans, don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters coming to Foster Pavilion on Saturday, February 14th. The most legendary tour ever as the Globetrotters celebrate 100 years of thrills, 100 years of laughs, and 100 years of joy. This is a fan celebration from the moment you arrive, an epic new pregame magic, unforgettable pregame interactions, and the most fan-fueled experience in sports. It's your chance to be part of the Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour at Foster Pavilion. You can get your tickets now for that February 14th event at BaylorBears.com/tickets.
Well, that's going to be a fun evening at Foster Pavilion. Great to have the Globetrotters back. They've been at the Farrell Center a few times over the years, but it's been a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be great to have them at Foster Pavilion. It's a 1 o'clock in the afternoon game, so perfect for families. It's a great way to spend an early Valentine's Day and do that with, of course, the legendary Harlem Globetrotters, February 14th, 1 p.m. at Foster Pavilion.
Well, always excited to see all the things that are taking place at Foster Pavilion, not just Baylor men's and women's basketball, but concerts.
Great concert so far, and there's so many more to come. So if you want to keep up with what's happening at Foster Pavilion when it comes to great entertainment experiences, visit baylor.edu/concerts.
Well, out of the Coach Nikki timeout, the Bears are going to try to quell a 9-0 Oklahoma State run. The game was tied at 24, and they've scored the last 9 points. And, in fact, they've scored 14 of the game's last 17 points. Baylor has gone 2.5 minutes without a point, trying to change that here. Talia Scott fakes a shot, drives inside, and is knocked to the floor. And that's a foul on the Cowgirls. Boy, you know, when she attacks the bucket, good things tend to happen.
Yeah, and she's going to hit the floor just as hard as Bella Fauntleroy does, but she got a step off of a great screen by a teammate and was able to get a step on Oklahoma State where all they could do was foul her.
Staley Hurd with the foul. That's her first, and the fourth on Oklahoma State. It sends Talia Scott to the free throw line. Scott has 5 points, 1 of 2 from the floor and 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Those have been all 3 of Baylor's free throw attempts. I think they're verifying that was a shooting foul, and it was. And they are going to send Talia Scott to the line. Either free throw made would snap a 9-0 Oklahoma State run, and the first one spins out. A rare miss for Talia Scott, averaging 21 points per game, even after playing only 2 minutes in the game against Texas Tech. Second free throw is good, and that ends the 9-0 run and cuts the Oklahoma State lead to 8. 33-25, Cowgirls with the ball. Gray, a quick step-back 3 attempt is too strong. Egarevba grabs the offensive board, sends it to Timmer, who can't clear the 3. She circles inside and flips it high to Hurd, who has to elevate to snare the pass and save the possession. 10 on the shot clock. Hurd drives inside, feeds it out to Wooten. Wooten puts it on the floor. Her mid-range game is deadly. She's going to try a fall-away three that's no good. Dunn claims the rebound for the Bears. She's off and running in the front court with 3:20 to play in the first half. She'll step back and fire a three. No good. Rebound out of bounds to the Cowgirls. Coach Nikki coaching her up here, talking about what's a good three in that. I think a little too rushed there, just kind of falling away as she let it fly.
Yeah, I loved how she was moving down the floor in the open court there. I don't know who was over in the corner, but I think that's where you got to look for a teammate.
33-25, Oklahoma State with the lead and the ball. 3 minutes to play first half. Wooten has it high on the left wing. Dunn guarding her. Wants to drive around an Egarev screen, picked up by Fauntleroy. Now with 6 seconds to shoot, Wooten drives inside, flips it up and off, but draws the foul from Yu-Ting Dunn, who had a hand on her arm there. And Dunn is hit with her first foul, the third on the Bears. It is going to send Wooten to the free throw line, a 72% shooter. 5'6" sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas, hits the first free throw. I'll tell you what. She's usually going to be the shortest player on the floor, close to it, but she's tough. She gets in there in the trees and finds room, and her mid-range game has been tough, and here she hits both free throws to push the Oklahoma State lead to 10 points, their biggest of the day. 35-25 the score. The Cowgirls are on an 11-1 run. Baylor across midcourt. Talia Scott hands it off to Van Geitenbeek. Van Geitenbeek with 5 first-half assists and 6 points. She dribbles at the top of the arc, finds a cutting Talia Scott, unloads a three and knocks it down. That's good to see. Talia Scott with 9 points here in the first half, hitting her first three-point attempt, and that cuts the lead to 7 for Oklahoma State at 35-28. Cowgirls have the ball. Hurd gives it off to Timmer. Back to Hurd, high right side. Defended there by Talia Scott. Now to Egarev, but she's beyond her range. Flips it to Hurd. Hurd on the drive in a crowd. Finds Wooten, pulls up for another mid-range jumper. That one spins off the rim. Rebound snagged by Yu-Ting Dunn and hands it off.
She protected the ball that time.
Oh, and there's a nice find by Jenna Van Geitenbeek, outletting about 70 feet down the floor to Kyla Abraham beneath the bucket. She can't finish, but she's fouled. Tell you what, Jana Van Geitenbeek has had good court vision here today. She doesn't get an assist there, but she's got 6 assists and 1 turnover here in the first half.
Yeah,
and she sends Kyla to the line.
That's an incredibly important stat.
Kyla, 54% on the year. Let's see if she can hit the first one. That second one becomes easier when she does, and she does. It's one of the better free throw shooting streaks of Kyla's career. And that makes it 35-29. That foul, by the way, on Micah Gray, her second, and Oklahoma State's 5th. Second free throw by Kyla, no good, and Egbarevka claims the board. Under 2 minutes to play at first half, 35-29. Oklahoma State with the ball in the lead. Wooten fires it ahead to Hurd, to Egarev in the key. Stripped to the ball, but got it back. Abraham got a hand in there for the Bears. Hands it off to Timmer. A quiet first half, but now she attacks the basket. Sends it in the corner. Too high for Hurd. That's twice she's thrown a high pass into the corner, and that one had too much on it for Hurd to reach.
Let's see if Baylor can do something. They're on a little bit of a mini run right now, 5-2. But those 2 points from Oklahoma State have only come from the free throw line. So, I mean, points are hard to come by for Baylor, and let's see if they could take advantage of that turnover.
Yu-Ting Dunn high on the right side has it with 90 seconds to play first half. Feeds it down low to Kyla Abraham, puts it on the floor, misses the shot off the side of the backboard. Rebound tipped ahead to Staley Hurd in transition, who misses the driving layup attempt. Dunn with another rebound, nearly throws it away, and Jaden Wooten bodies up Jana Van Geitenbeek going after the loose ball. That is Wooten's second foul, and they're over the limit. That'll send the Bears back the other way for some Jana Van Geitenbeek free throws. Tell you what, Kyla Abraham hit the floor hard. She's in some pain. Looks like she's going to be all right as she walks it off. The officials are checking with her just to make sure she is. Officials, by the way, today, Maggie Terrion, Brian Garland, and Doug Knight. Van Geitenbeek going the other way for free throw attempts. Baylor 5 of 7 from the line today. Jana on the season for the Bears at 79%. 6 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds here in the first half for Jana. Make it 7 points as she nails the first free throw. Well, after Oklahoma State had put that run together, Baylor has held them without a field goal for the last 2:46 as Jana's second free throw hangs on the rim and falls off.
Well, it's tough. Baylor's left in in the last minute, 2.5 minutes, they've left 3 points at the free throw line. Just been 50% from the charity stripe.
Just over a minute to play, opening half. Wooten has the ball in the center jump circle with 13 seconds to shoot for the Cowgirls. Around an Egbarevka screen, drives downhill, stripped to the ball. Ooh, they give it to, first they said Oklahoma State. Well, then they said Baylor. Now they give it to Oklahoma State. The Baylor bench, did that look to you what I saw, Laura? I thought it went OSU, then Baylor, then back to OSU again.
Oh, Kyla, did you touch the ball?
Jaden Wooten takes a breather and gets a well-deserved hand from the crowd. Well, they're saying it's Oklahoma State ball. I'm not seeing a whole lot of argument from the Baylor bench, so we will accept that. 6 seconds to shoot off the inbounds. Hurd takes the feed with 4, with 3, bangs away inside, pushes Talia Scott to the ground, wiping the bucket off the board for Hurd as Talia Scott stood in there and took that hard charge. Really kind of came down with an elbow on her and knocked her to the floor. Backcourt pressure there as Baylor is just able to break it and be across midcourt.
Because, you know, Baylor's been caught napping a few times on those inbounds.
Under 39 seconds to play here in the opening half. Talia Scott drives inside. She's cut off, tries a fall away, and knocks it down from the free throw line. That makes it a 3-point ball game. 2 seconds between the clocks. Oklahoma State can't literally play for the last shot, but they can drain most of it. It's a 3-point Cowgirl lead. They have the basketball. 17 seconds to shoot. 19 to play. Here is Whiting, center jump circle with 10, with 9 on the shot clock. Now she starts her drive with 7, with 6. Top of the arc, cut off by Dunn. 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. They're going to feed it into the corner. The shot is missed, and that's a shot clock violation, and that ends the first half. They did not get that Timmer shot off in time. Good defense by the Bears, who closed the first half on a 7-0 run. Lori, that was big. It looked like Oklahoma State was charting to wrestle some control of the game away. They turned a 6-point Baylor lead into a 10-point deficit, but Baylor responded after that timeout by Coach Nicky, scoring all 7 points in the final 2.5 minutes of the first half to make it a one-possession game at intermission.
And defense, you got to give some credit there as well, as they held Oklahoma State to 1 of its last 7, and they did not score over the final 3 minutes of the half. That was a slugfest and a slugfest for Baylor to put together that 7-0 run to be able to get this game within a manageable deficit at 35-32 Oklahoma State.
The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank, proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Think different. Think Central. Central and National Bank. Our Nissan Halftime Report is straight ahead. We'll have a look at stats, scores, and more from Stillwater, where the Bears trail at halftime 35-32 here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Want to be the energy our Bears need? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive Go Gold apparel from the Baylor Bookstore and the Spirit Shop at upcoming Go Gold dates. Stay up to date on all your golden opportunities to create an electric home atmosphere by visiting BaylorBears.com/GoGold. Sic 'em Bears.
CY Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to live coverage of Baylor women's basketball. Now, it's time for the Nissan Halftime Show, brought to you by Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor women's basketball. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Nissan, innovation that excites. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we break down the first half. Check in on scores and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hard-fought first half here in Stillwater. The Bears trail Oklahoma State at intermission 35-32. The Bears led by as many as 6. The Cowgirls led by as many as 10. It was a game of runs. Baylor scored the first 4 points, then Oklahoma State scored the next 4. Baylor went on a 7-0 run at one point to open up a 14-8 lead, but then the Cowgirls put together a 9-0 run after to break a 24-all tie. Bears then scored the last 7 points of the first half to pull to within 3 at 35-32. Derek Smith and Lori Fogelman back with you here at a well-attended game at Gallagher Iba Arena in Stillwater. Cameron Savoy is our producer back in Waco. This is the Nissan Halftime Report. Nissan, innovation that excites. Let's take a look at the first half stats. Oklahoma State outshot Baylor percentage-wise 42-32%. But a big difference in this game so far has come from beyond the arc. The Bears have been efficient, 44%, 4 of 9 from downtown. Meanwhile, Oklahoma State, who is second in the nation in 11.5 made threes per game, is just 1 of 11 from downtown thus far. Baylor 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Oklahoma State 6 of 6. Bears have turned it over 5 times, forced 7. Oklahoma State, though, has outscored Baylor off of those turnovers 9-8. Cowgirls with an edge on the glass at 24-18 and 24-10 points in the paint. Meanwhile, the Bears have shared the ball well, 9 assists on 11 field goals. Oklahoma State with 2 on 14. Cowgirls are led by the game's leading scorer, Jaden Wooten. The sophomore off the bench scored 14 points, hitting an array of mid-range jumpers, 6 of 9 from the field. And she 6 of 12, I beg your pardon, from the field to go along with 4 rebounds for the Cowgirls. After that, 7 points for Micah Gray, but it's taken her 8 shots to get those. Achol Akot has 6 points on 3 of 3 shooting, 5 for Amari Whiting, and 3 for Staley Hurd. For the Bears, they are led by Talia Scott, Baylor's only double-digit scorer with 11 points, efficient, 3 of 4 shooting from the field, 1 of 1 beyond the arc, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. After that, 7 points for Jana Van Geitenbeek. A really nice first half for the seniors. 7 points on, again, 2 of 6 shooting, 6 assists on against 1 turnover, and 3 rebounds. So she's been very effective here on the road today. Darian Littlepage Buggs has 6 points and 4 rebounds for the Bears. After that, 5 for KJ. Then 2 points for Kaylin Elms off the bench. A very effective stretch late first quarter, early second. 2 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist for Nelms. 1 point for Kyla Abraham. Yuting Dunn did not score in the first half. Neither did Bella Fauntleroy, who does have 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Markayla Johnson also played, but was held scoreless in the first half. It all adds up to a 35-32 Oklahoma State lead here at halftime. We're coming to you from Stillwater. Not the only game in the Big 12 taking place today. We'll take a break, and when we come back, Lori Fogelman will give you a look at what else is transpiring in the Big 12, and then we'll get you ready for the second half. It's the Nissan Halftime Report here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Want to be the energy our Bears need? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive Go Gold apparel from the Baylor Bookstore and the Spirit Shop at upcoming Go Gold dates. Stay up to date on all your golden opportunities and create your life-changing acts by visiting BaylorBears.com/go
Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family.
Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game at Lincoln Field and Lincoln Line Running Stadium. Together, let's ride.
Pepper Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they can ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of praise. Proudly serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit MagnoliaRealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's Oklahoma State 35 and Baylor 32 at halftime here from Gallagher-Iba Arena at the campus of Oklahoma State University. You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Nissan Halftime Show and scores from around the Big 12 Conference. There's one final so far, and that is Iowa State in Houston to play the Houston Cougars, and the Cyclones get the win over Houston 80-62. Audie Crooks had 35 points and 13 rebounds to lead the Cyclones, who are now 14-0 on the season, and they are 2-0 in the Big 12. Just about a minute left to go in Manhattan, Kansas, and the Wildcats leading the Cincinnati Bearcats 79-50. Looks like the Wildcats will win that one. Tess Heel leads Kansas State with 17 points. Coming up at 3 p.m. today, the undefeated Arizona State Wildcats will visit Salt Lake City to play Utah, who is at 10-3 and I believe 1-0 in the Big 12 Conference. And number 21 and undefeated Texas Tech will host UCF at 6 p.m. tonight. Couple of games at 8 o'clock. Number 8 TCU will be on the road to Provo, Utah. They will play the 12-1 BYU Cougars. And also at 8 o'clock tonight, Arizona and Colorado in Boulder. Our score again here at the half, Baylor is down by 3. It's Oklahoma State 35 and Baylor 32. We'll be back in a moment to get you ready for the second half of this Big 12 Conference matchup between Baylor and Oklahoma State. You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears!
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230 CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
You've been listening to the Nissan Halftime Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Brought to you by TFNB, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Nissan, innovation that excites. Lidman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we get set for the second half action with the Baylor Bears. As we rejoin Derek Smith live from the booth, bringing you the second half of action and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, a snapshot of what we see here at Gallagher Arena as we get ready for the second half. Two of the veterans, fourth-year players, Dariana Littlepage Buggs and Jenna Van Geitenbeek, having what looked like an encouraging conversation there, aside from their teammates kind of patting each other on the back a little bit, but really engaged in some serious conversation. Not surprising, two veterans who have been through a lot of these battles here, and it's a battle. Baylor trails 35-32 at intermission as we get ready to start the third quarter. Jaden Wooten has 14 off the bench for the Cowgirls to lead all scorers. Talia Scott paces the Bears with 11. Lori, a couple of thoughts. One, you got to continue that good defense. You've held Oklahoma State to 42% shooting and just 1 of 11 beyond the arc. Now, it's unlikely they're going to shoot 9% again from downtown in a half, but you never know. But you got to bring that same energy. And in the meantime, maybe finish a little better. I think Baylor's probably left, say, close to between free throws and some missed layups, close to 10 points on the floor there that obviously would be big in a game like this.
Yeah, you really have to get those points at the rim, and also when you get to the free throw line, especially in that critical stretch, knock those down. But you want to talk about Oklahoma State 1 for 11 from the three ball, but if you look at them from the rest of the time, they're 13 of 22, so well better than 50% on some of those shots inside that orange arc. It's great to see Littlepage Buggs back out there. When the wheels went off a little bit for Baylor during that 9-0 run, it all started as soon as Littlepage Buggs picked up her second foul.
Original starters on the floors for both teams, and Baylor will begin on offense as the third quarter is underway. Buggs bounces down low to Scott, but that's a turnover to start the second half. Pass was a little beyond her fingertips, and she bounced it towards, inadvertently, to an Oklahoma State player. Now the Cowgirls will get their first look at it. Whiting flips it to Akot. Akot drives inside, leans in, and flips it off the bottom of the rim. Fight for the rebound. Akot got it back, kicks it out to Whiting for an open three, and she cannot get the bounce. You hit the back rim and then fell off. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Cowgirls.
Yeah, Akot had it, but Buggs knocked the ball out of her hands and out of bounds.
Coach Nicky asking if there were hands to the face. They're going to check and see. I think the Baylor bench believes that someone for Oklahoma State got some hands to the face. Maybe we'll get a look at this here, Lori, but we are going to have our first review. Coach Nicky demonstrative here, and the officials are telling the Baylor bench, hey, we've got it. We are going to check it here. That's big. That could be the difference between a second look at the bucket for Oklahoma State or a foul against them here in the early going. A 35-32 lead for the Cowgirls. This is a media timeout. We'll take a break and give you the result of what they find when we return after this. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank, proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central National Bank. Bears down by 3, 30 seconds into the third quarter on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Help me. Help me. Okay, it just didn't want to stay there. Okay, now I see it. That was
Thank
pretty
you,
pathetic.
Colin.
Thank you. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was.
It happens.
I'm really glad.
Step of the process with expert industry knowledge. Their agents are fully invested in learning your story and customizing the real estate experience to suit your stage of life. Magnolia Realty has been serving cities across Texas since 2007, including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected or learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports.
34 seconds into the third quarter, we have a replay review in our first media timeout. Bears trail by 3, 35-32, early second half. They're reviewing an offensive rebound by Oklahoma State. We believe to see if there was, a flagrant foul involved somehow with a swipe to the face. That's what the Baylor bench seemed to believe, but they're looking at that and also looking to see, maybe you could even look to see, was it even actually out of bounds off of Oklahoma State. We don't have the best vantage point on this screen, and it's a high camera angle. Frankly, Laura, I hope that the officials have a better one than this. Certainly they've got a bigger screen to look at than we do here, but there was a lot of contact. It looks to me like, at the very least, a loose ball foul, but you can't go back and call that. So the question is, was there anything flagrant? And maybe do they see that it went off of Oklahoma State now?
Well, Buggs absolutely blocked out, which is what you're supposed to do, and then skied for that rebound. If anything, and over the back, that was not called.
Officials are conferring after having reviewed the replay here. Bears original starters take the floor again in anticipation of the call. It is Van Geitenbeek, Scott, Fauntleroy, Buggs, and KJ. Oklahoma State, the original starters out there as well. All right, I think we're going to hear the call here in just a moment. Let's see. They're right now talking to both coaches and the official scorekeeper as well, but no official announcement just yet. We'll see, but it doesn't look like anything is going Baylor's way. Oh. Previous out-of-bounds play is reversed. Well, now I'm very confused because I thought it was Oklahoma State ball to begin with.
I thought it was too. It's like nothing to me. Oh.
Now Gray drives inside and charges into Talia Scott. An offensive foul is going to go back Baylor's way, and that's 3 on Gray. The first of the third quarter. Well, that was strange, Lori.
I'm just confused.
Yeah.
Let's just
That was odd. They give it back to Oklahoma State. Hey, but it ends up as a third foul for Gray, and Gray, a very good player for them with 15.4 points per game. But Baylor gives it right back as a moving screen is called on Kirsten Johnson.
Baylor has had a couple of those with its center positions or post positions coming out and setting screens and just not setting. And they're so focused, and officials are so focused on that this year. You see that call a lot this year.
You do. Jaden Wooten, game's leading scorer, 14 points back in for Gray after Gray picks up her third foul. It's a 3-point lead for the Cowgirls. They have the basketball. A minute gone, third quarter. Wooten defensively picked up by Fauntleroy. Bounces down low to Hurd. Looks to bang her way in on Van Geitenbeek, and she's able to get inside and flip it in. It's a 5-point Oklahoma State lead. Van Geitenbeek drives, pulls up at the free throw line, and hits the pull-up jumper. And now in a crowd, Dariana Little-Page Buggs comes up limping a bit. And she is all right. That looked funny. She's grimacing a bit, but she appears to be okay. I tell you what, this has been a slugfest, as you said, Laura. That's the word you used. It is. Players on both sides have been grimacing a bit, but it's a 3-point lead, Oklahoma State with the ball, and a 37-34 advantage. 90 seconds gone, third quarter. It is Timmer bouncing down low to Akot. Drives inside, cut off defensively. Kicks it outside to Timmer. Extra pass to Hurd, into the corner to Wooten. Wooten wants to drive. Now with 9 seconds to go, flips it inside to Akot. Good position in front of Bella Fauntleroy for the layup.
You have to respect Wooten for what she has done and, offensively, but that time she gave up the basketball, and what a nice assist to Acock for the points.
Here's Jana Van Geitenbeek missing a three out of the corner, but the offensive rebound is claimed by KJ. Now there's a nice bounce to the cutting Bugs hole, but another layup is missed. Now racing the other way, a lot of contact, no whistle, and Whiting misses a three. Fight for the rebound in a crowd in transition there. Van Geitenbeek comes away with it. Lot of contact there, both sides, no whistle there. 2.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. Van Geitenbeek is fouled on the drive, and that's Jaden Wooten's third. So Wooten, who's been dangerous for them, picks up her third foul. We'll see what they opt to do. Meanwhile, KJ will check out, and Abraham is in for the Bears. 7:35 to play, third quarter. Baylor with the ball, trailing 39-34. Inbounds to Bugs, who gives it to Bella, still looking for her first point of the day. And another moving screen is called. This time it's on Dariana Littlepage Bugs, and she has 3 fouls. That's the second on the Bears, and Markayla Johnson will check back in. All right, got to get to it defensively here, Lori. This was the point, as you said, in the second quarter when Dariana Littlepage Bugs exited the game that the Cowgirls put a run together. This time they have a 5-point lead already as Hurd plays it into Wooten. Wooten playing with 3 fouls, picked up by Markayla Johnson defensively. Drives inside to the baseline, tries to flip it in a crowd to the cutting Hurd. Can't do so, but Acock down low misses the layup. Got her own offensive rebound, flips it out to Hurd. Catch and shoot, and she hits the 3. And Oklahoma State's lead is back to 8 at 42-34. Second chance points for the Cowgirls. They haven't been big in this game. They have 7, but those were 3 big ones right there. It's under 7 minutes to play in the third. Jana Van Geitenbeek unloads a 3. That was a shot maybe you could get later in the shot clock. It is short, and it's out of bounds to the Cowgirls. They've scored 7 of the 9 points that have been scored here in this third quarter, and they have the ball and an opportunity to open up a double-digit lead. 6:43 to play, third quarter. It is Timmer high on the right side. Now to Acock. Back to Timmer. Looks to drive inside, flips it out to Hurd. Hit a 3 a moment ago. Head fakes, drives inside, gets in close, puts up a tough shot in a crowd, and gets it to fall. Just kind of anchored with the pivot foot, flipped around and flipped it in, and it is a 10-point game. They've scored 7 straight points, and Kyla Abraham is called for a touch foul in transition on the offensive end. Coach Nicky does not like it. Maybe a little bit of a push, but that was a dainty call there on Kyla Abraham. Her second and the team's third. And now the Cowgirls have an opportunity to open up what would be their biggest lead of the day. It is Whiting. Top of the arc. Feeds it to Hurd. Head fakes a 3. She does that almost every time. Gives it off to Wooten. Back to Whiting. Head fakes. Drives inside. Flips it down low to Acock. Good find. A backdoor cut for the layup. And they've scored 9 straight points to open up a 12-point advantage at 46-34. And Coach Nicky calls a timeout. Crowd on its feet here at Gallagher-Iba Arena. Their home team has scored 11 of the 13 points in this third quarter, and Coach Nicky has already had to burn 2 timeouts to try to quell Cowgirl runs. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank. Proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Oklahoma State has opened up their largest lead of the afternoon at 46-34 with 5:56 to play in the third quarter on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TFNB, your bank for life, is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texans are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Today we have have two very special guests on our program. Introducing Lem
Hey.
and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip hop could be hop hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Officials here today. It's been a physical game, and there have been times it looked like Baylor's maybe got the worst into that. I got to say that call on Kyla Abraham really felt ticky-tack, given the way this game has gone. In fairness, she did commit it right in front of the official with no other players around her, so that's easy to see, but it's kind of one you wish they'd let go. But that's really not focusing on the headline right now. The headline is the Bears have got to reel it up defensively here and get it going offensively. They've scored just 2 points in the first 4 minutes and 4 seconds of the third, and have allowed the Cowgirls to score the game's last 9 points.
Yeah, and Baylor just, with those, it's just the turnovers that have just really hurt them here in the second half. I mean, in this third quarter, the turnovers. Let's see, we've got 4 of those, and 3 are because of fouls. And those, the ones that you just did not want to happen, the moving screen, 2 moving screens, and then the Kyla Abraham moving down the floor call, those are just killers right now. And that just takes away the possession from you, and you don't even have a chance to run your offense.
Well, and they have scored 16 points off of Baylor turnovers here on the afternoon, and 7 of them have come in the last 4 minutes and 4 seconds. So they've almost matched their entire first half total in points off of turnovers in just over 4 minutes.
Wow, and Baylor has taken such good care of the basketball today for the most part, not approaching those 20 turnovers or anything like that. But, man, the turnovers have been costly. Just costly for Baylor.
Side of the floor, Bella plays it into Jana out there with Markayla, Kyla, and Talia. Baylor is down by 12, 46-34. Van Geitenbeek with the dribble, floats it left to the key to Bella, back out to Jana. Wants to drive, lost the ball out of bounds, but it's last touched on the wing, left side by the Cowgirls. That may have been her who last got a hand on it. And the Bears will play it in with 11 on the shot clock.
Just need a bucket. You just need a bucket here.
Inbound to Jana, and a whistle. And this time a foul is going to go against the Cowgirls. That's Amari Whiting away from the ball. Her second, and that's 3 in the third quarter on the Cowgirls. Both teams have been called for 3 third quarter fouls. Fresh 20 for the Bears. Van Geitenbeek from the baseline, looking, finds a fastball pass to Bella Fauntleroy, bangs her way inside on Alcott, goes up, lost the ball, but she's fouled. Alcott tried to keep her arms straight up and down, but leaned in just a bit, and that will send Bella to the free throw line. That's 3 on Alcott, 4 on Oklahoma State. It is worth noting Micah Gray, Jaden Wooten, and Acho Alcott, all of whom are double-digit scorers, have 3 fouls, although Dariana Littlepage-Buggs has also been called for 3. She's out of the game at the moment. Bella goes to the free throw line. We're in limited action this year. She's hit a robust 81%. First free throw is good.
Well, they have put Wooten with the foul, but I don't know if that was right.
I don't believe that is, but we'll double check.
I mean, is Wooten out there? Wooten's not even out there.
No, I don't think that's right. We'll double check.
Okay.
I thought they gave that to Alcott. We'll make sure. But anyway, Bella hits both free throws. And with 5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, it's a 46-36 ball game.
Hey, we'll take both free throws. It's good to see Bella get on the scoreboard and see the ball go through.
Here's Alcott faking a pass, driving inside. She's cut off nearly, walked with it. Lobs it outside into the corner. Gray unloads and hits a 3. Well, they got it in the paint, flipped it into the corner, and it's a 13-point Oklahoma State lead, 49-36. Here's Bella Fauntleroy, putting it on the floor, attacking the bucket, driving inside and missing the runner. Offensive rebound, Kyla gives it back to Markayla Johnson. Pull-up jumper in the lane, no good. Kyla had a hand on the rebound, but it's chased down in the corner by Whiting. Markayla Johnson continues to struggle with her shot here as she missed there. Here's a catch and shoot transition three for the Cowgirls, and they lead by 16.
And that is where the Cowgirls really will get you. It's scoring in transition, and especially when they start raining down the threes. And you've got a couple in a row from Gray.
That's Micah Gray, who's been dangerous all year long for them, and especially today. She's up to 13 points on 3 of 8 shooting. She's hit 3 of their 4 3-pointers. 10 on the shot clock for the Bears, down by 16 now with 4:15 to play. Van Gatenbeek hunting for some room, gets inside, misses another layup. I say another, that may be her first missed layup, but this team has missed too many layups this afternoon. 4:05 to play here. Timmer high on the right side. She's a deadly three-point shooter. She drives to the free throw line and earns a foul. That's Bella. Bella's first and Baylor's fourth. They're going to play it in. You know, it's all the more frustrating, Laura, because you look at the job Baylor has done against Timmer, who's their leading scorer. She's been scoreless on 0 of 3 shooting. Baylor's done a good job on her. Inbound to Gray, who's hit 3 second-half three-pointers. She feeds it to Timmer. Drives inside, floats it inside to Akot. She had a height advantage on Jana, and she floats it in again. Oklahoma State has outscored Baylor 19-4 to start the second half, and they've opened up an 18-point lead. Markayla Johnson has it for the Bears. Bella Fauntleroy flings it outside to Talia Scott. Scott leads the Bears with 11 points. She launches a step-back three, misses badly. Fight for the rebound. It is loose on the floor, and it's going to be a tie-up. And the possession arrow is going to go to Oklahoma State. Good hustle there by the Bears, but still the possession arrow goes to Oklahoma State. The Cowgirls have put together runs in this second half of 9-0 and now 8-0. And it's really incumbent on the Bears to get some stops here and obviously make some buckets to the other end and see if you can cut into this Oklahoma State 18-point advantage. Micah Gray on the drive, gets right to the bucket, lays it in, and she's fouled. Oh, no bucket. Well, that's an offensive foul on Gray. We'll take that, and that is 4 on her, the 5th on the Bears. Well, that's a nice.
Oh, that was a good
call.
call.
Yeah.
Jana stepped in there, set her feet.
Well, that changes things. Let's see if the Bears can make it a little 5-point swing here, 6-point swing if they can hit a bucket. Here's Bella Fauntleroy passing up a three, driving inside, losing the ball, but it finds Markayla Johnson. Markayla has it on the left wing, looking for Jana. Gets to the corner, now to the middle of the floor, bounces to Abraham, jumper from the free throw line, perfect. She's starting to like that shot from the elbow, and that snaps the 8-0 Oklahoma State run and makes it 54-38. Bella Fauntleroy with a steal, and then she is fouled by Amari Whiting after taking the ball away from her. That's Whiting's third foul, and that's going to send Bella to the free throw line. Lori, the Bears will be shooting the penalty for the final 2:37 of the third quarter. So that makes me think two things here. You look at all the players who have 3 or 4 fouls for Oklahoma State. Amari Whiting, Micah Gray, Jaden Wooten, and Acho Lockhart, 4 of their top 5 scorers, I beg your pardon. I feel like, you're going to have some opportunities at the free throw line. You're going to have some opportunities at the free throw line, and if they can't foul you, maybe you're going to get to the bucket. You've got to find a way to finish. Too many missed shots in close to the rim today.
That's the missed layups. And it's just really just Baylor's going in with some explosiveness and power. They just cannot find that touch.
Baylor has scored just 6 points here in the third quarter, so I guess they're saying that was an offensive foul, not a loose ball foul, because Baylor has to play it in from the sideline. Van Gatenbeek has it for the Bears, and she throws it away. Misses the cutting Talia Scott. Here's a pass down low to Timmer, who scores in transition for her first points of the afternoon. And it is an 18-point Oklahoma State lead once again. Bella open in transition. Good look at a three, and she knocks it down. Her first field goal of the afternoon. Bella's been struggling with her shot there. And now Oklahoma State races into the front court, and Jana Van Gatenbeek is hit with a foul. That is her first and the team's 5th. And that's going to send Timmer to the free throw line, where she's an excellent free throw shooter. 90%. Well, she is second in the nation with 43 made threes. Today, though, Baylor's done a good job on her. 0 of 3 from beyond the arc, but she has scored 2 points here. She scored her first bucket here in the second half. She misses, however, the first free throw. She'll have one more coming. Timmer missed the first. The second is up, and that is good. 16-point Oklahoma State lead at 57-41. 9 third-quarter points for the Bears, 22 for Oklahoma State. There's Bella Fauntleroy taking the feed from Janet. Catch and shoot three from the left side, skips off the front rim. Kyla Abraham had the rebound. She was knocked to the floor, no foul, and Oklahoma State takes it away. Now Baylor at the other end is called for a foul. Bella Fauntleroy getting back in transition, didn't have her feet planted, and that'll send Timmer to the line. And that's a little tough to swallow there. Baylor, Oklahoma State gets away with a foul at one end, and then Baylor called for a foul at the other end. Yu-Ting Dunn is in for the Bears. Kayla Nelms is in, and Ella Brow is in to make her Baylor debut. Ella Brow, the SMU transfer, playing her first minutes in a Baylor uniform. Colin Pirtle tells us that it's her first on-court action in 342 days. Wow. As Timmer hits the first free throw. She has dealt with injuries the last couple years, and then a foot injury this year. You know, we saw her in Paris, riding on a cart. But as the second free throw was missed by Timmer, Bears catch a break. Pass ahead to Brow, but Brow is out there for the first time as a Bear. She feeds it ahead to Dunn. Catch and shoot transition three, no good. Fight for the rebound in the corner, and a foul is going to go against the Bears. They're going to call that on Nelms, her first, and that's going to send Oklahoma State to the free throw line again, where they are 8 of 10. On the game. Baylor 8 of 11 overall. Boy, this has just been a rough third quarter for the Bears. Oklahoma State has hit their last 7 field goals. Baylor, meanwhile, 2 of their last 10. And now Baylor getting called for the foul there to boot as Akot hits the first free throw. Akot, a 72% free throw shooter. She has 13 points today and 7 rebounds. She's a double-digit scorer for them, the transfer from UCF, and she knocks down both free throws. All Oklahoma State right now, 60-41 with 94 seconds to play in the third quarter. Yu-Ting Dunn has had a quiet game so far. She feeds Talia Scott, whose three is no good, but she's knocked to the floor by Whiting. That's a foul. That's her fourth, and it's going to send Scott to the free throw line for 3 more. She is 4 of 5 from the stripe today. Touch foul. There was contact. And Scott goes to the line. Very effective free throw shooter. The first is good. Baylor's only double-digit scores so far. She's got 12.
Every single one of these here.
I mean, Oklahoma State is in foul trouble. The problem, the question is the deficit too big? The Bears have their work cut out for them. Down by 18 with 1:22 to go. Talia can slice 2 points off of that. The free throw line, the second. She got the roll. And she'll have one more coming. But you'll look, they've got Whiting and Gray each with 4. Wooten and Akot each with 3. Baylor foul trouble 3 for Dariana Littlepage Buggs. Talia Scott drains all 3 free throws. 17-point game at 60-43. Minute 20 to play in the third quarter. Amari Whiting staying out there with 4 fouls. Finds Hurd left side. She unloads a 3. It's an air ball. Rebound is saved by her sister Hurd, and they're going to get another look at it. Her sister Tyler Hurd is in for the first time. Here is Whiting banging inside, kicking out to Staley Hurd. Now to Timmer. 5 on the shot clock, under a minute to go. Timmer tries to float it to Hurd. Turnaround 3 at the shot clock. Buzzer is no good. Nelms claims the rebound in a crowd. Here comes Ella Brow in her Baylor debut. Across midcourt, running the point guard. She has it at the top of the arc. Feeds Bella Fauntleroy. Looking inside for Nelms. Lobs it down low to her, and Akot knocks it away out of bounds. Baylor will play it in from the baseline with 18 seconds to shoot. Bears are trying to close a really rough third quarter with something positive. As Brow will play it in from the baseline. Inbounds to Talia Scott. Catch and shoot from the mid-range is good. Talia Scott has 16 points. Yeah, that cuts the lead to 14. 3 seconds between the clocks, 30 seconds to play. Make about 4 seconds between the clocks. And Oklahoma State can't play for the last shot, but they can drain it down. It is Whiting with it. She has it in the midcourt, at the midcourt stripe, in the center jump circle. 10 on the shot clock, 15 to play in the third quarter. Whiting continues to dribble, now starts a move with 7, with 6. Attacks, gets downhill, tries to dump it off to Akot, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Bears with 3.8 seconds on the shot clock, 7.8 to play in the third. Cowgirls from the baseline, and it will be Timmer to play it in. Jaden Wooten checks in, and right now they've got her with 4 fouls as well. We might double check that, but they've got her with 4 fouls as well. Wooten to play it in, lobs it down low and throws it away. Stolen by Ella Brow. Baylor has 4 seconds to clear a shot. Brow feeds it ahead to Nelms, bounces down low to Dunn, lays it up and in! And it is good. They'll probably review it, but that was a nice job by the Bears to steal the inbounds pass. Brow feeds it ahead, and then Baylor finds Yuting Dunn down low as Kayla Nelms picks up the assist to lay it in at the buzzer, her first scoring to make it 60-48. They're going to review it. We'll let you know if they overturn it during our timeout here as we head to the fourth quarter.
Well, Baylor needed some points in the worst way, and that 7-0 run started with Talia Scott's 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Then you had Talia score on she finally got free. That was probably the most free shot that she's had along the baseline with Ella Brown's first assist as a Baylor Bear, and then Ella moving the ball down the court with about 5 seconds left, got it to Nelms. Nelms actually made her defender come up, so she was able to get the ball to Yuting Dunn, who just finished really quickly. And Baylor's got it manageable to 12-point lead for the next 10 minutes.
You got to keep it going here, down 60-48. Baylor's Courtside Cam is brought to you by NextLink, reliable high-speed internet for your home or business. You want to check it out, go to youtube.com/Baylor Athletics. The Bears close the third quarter on a 7-0 run, but still have work to do. Down 60-48 as we head to the final 10 minutes here in Stillwater on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
See for yourself why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green, along with her dedicated optometrists and staff. Receive trustworthy insights about your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes, face, and neck areas with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Visit greeneyeassociates.com. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
To the fourth quarter we go in Stillwater. Work to do for the Bears. Down by 12 points. Red light around the bucket.
Well, she knew how much time was left. She knew she had to get the ball away in a hurry, and so she didn't. She flung it up there as fast as she could, and Baylor will get the ball here to start the fourth quarter, and that 7-0 run stops that big lead from 19 to 12.
Dunn has the ball for the Bears, feeds it to Fauntleroy. Now perimeter right to Brow. Brow puts it on the floor, guarded by Wooten. Kick out to Nelms. Nelms dribbles left side, fakes a pass, pops a mid-range jumper, and cans it.
Goodness.
It's a 10-point game. Kayla Nelms has 4 points. Well, now let's just stack defensive stops, try to do that. Timmer has it in the corner, outside to Wooten. Wooten is playing with 4 fouls, one of 3 main Cowgirl players with 4 fouls. Brow guarding her. She floats it to Akot. Alcott to Hurd, now perimeter right to Timmer, and she dribbles it off of a foot. Is it hers or Dunn's? And it is Dunn's, meaning the Cowgirls will keep it. Well, you might hear the voice of Dariana Littlepage Buggs. 3 fouls for her. She's on the bench, exhorting her teammates to get another stop before she goes back in for the stretch run.
She was saying, you need a stop. Get a stop.
10 seconds on the shot clock as they play it into Hurd, who flips it back to Wooten, middle of the floor. Lobs it outside to Timmer. Good defense by the Bears. They float it down low to Alcott. She's been tough today. She's forced to give it up to Amari Whiting, who drives baseline and scoops it in with the right hand.
Stops Baylor's 9-0 run.
Pushes the lead back to 12. Baylor into the front court. It's Yu-Ting Dunn. She's been quiet. Can she have a big fourth quarter here? Dunn, left side, wants to drive, gets inside, pops a mid-range jumper, uses the glass and kisses it home. 10-point game once again.
Anybody uses the glass better than Yu-Ting Dunn.
Baylor needs stops, though. Now at the other end, 62-52, Cowgirls with the ball in the lead. Hurd to Timmer, middle of the floor, beyond the arc. Now to Alcott, swings it left side. There's an open look at a three, but Whiting misses. Weak side board to Ella Brow. Lobs it ahead to Kaylin Nelms, ahead of the crowd, and she finishes with the layup. Good find by Ella Brow. A lob pass, an outlet pass, I beg your pardon, much like we saw Jana Van Geitenbeek delivering in the first half, and it's an 8-point game. Whiting to Alcott. Around the horn they go to Hurd. Now outside to Wooten, nearly loses it, wants to drive, tries to reverse it up and gets it to fall. That's just a tough shot. Not a lot you can do there.
And
that pushes the lead back to 10.
Twice she's done that. I mean, that is just, you've got eyes in the back of your head to be able to do that.
Brown knocked to the floor, and then Wooten dives on her. Ball knocked away. Fauntleroy comes out of there with it for the Bears to maintain the possession. Back to Brow. 13 seconds to shoot. 7:40 to play in the game. The Bears are down by 10. It's Nelms, left side, handing it off to Talia Scott. Ball is dribbled off of someone's foot. There's a fight for it, and it was off of Scott's foot. That's an over and back violation. Well, that's a big turnover, and it's going to give it back to Oklahoma State.
It is. You had a chance to get the you've got to stop, and you had a chance to get the ball or the lead to single digits. Now you got to make sure it just doesn't go a little bit further into double digits.
Try to get another stop again. Talia Scott is guarding Amari Whiting. Jana Van Geitenbeek will check in on the next dead ball. It's Micah Gray playing with 4 fouls. She's back in the game, has the ball on the perimeter, cuts to the right side, picks up the dribble, feeds it outside to Hurd. Shot clock at 1. She unloads a 3 and airballs at that, so shot clock violation.
All right, Baylor got the turnover that they needed after Baylor's turnover. But you see that with this lead, you've got Oklahoma State taking as much time into the shot clock, taking as much time within the shot clock as they can.
Ella Brow, Lori, gets a well-deserved hand as she's replaced by Jana Van Geitenbeek. 2 assists and a rebound in her Baylor debut. And a good stretch here. In fact, let's look at the plus-minus. We'll have to check the plus-minus here in just a minute.
And most importantly, gave Jana Van Geitenbeek a chance to catch her breath.
Jana Van Geitenbeek immediately launches a step-back 3 and hits it. It's a 7-point game. Jana in double digits with 12. 64-57 with 6:50 to play. Here is Whiting driving inside, stripped to the basketball. It's loose and picked up by Kaylin Elms. That's a turnover. Bears are off and running in transition. Van Geitenbeek running right side of the floor. Around to screen. No, actually backs away from Bella Fauntleroy. Bella comes and gets. 6.5 to play. Hands it back to Van Geitenbeek. Angles to the left side. Floats it to Bella. Bella, top of the arc with 10, with 9 to shoot. Feeds it to Dunn. Lobs it down low to Elms. They're looking for her. She gets in close and rattles it in. It's a 5-point game, 64-59 with 6:13 to play, and J.C. Hoyt wants a timeout. Well, I tell you what, Lori, this game was getting away for the Bears, and they've got to keep it going. They've got to finish like this. They've got to play like their hair's on fire for the final 6:11 of this fourth quarter. But they had a 60-41 lead. Baylor has outscored them 18-4 since then.
And 6 of Baylor's 11 points here in the fourth quarter have come from Kayla Nelms. Done with that assist. I mean, it was just a well-timed assist where Nelms goes in, finishes at the rim. She finished at the rim on the that incredible long pass from Ella Brow for her second assist of the game. And Baylor has spread the scoring around. So you've got Nelms with 6 of the points. You've got Dunn with another 2, and then Janet with the 3. And the thing is that Oklahoma State has to expend so much energy in making sure that Talia Scott doesn't touch the basketball that other players are stepping up and scoring here in the fourth quarter.
Well, we will have the final 6-11 when we come back. Bears fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Final 6-11 straight ahead here, 64-59. Baylor trails by 5 on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa. Tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to Baylor women's basketball on the Baylor Sports.
Well, it was not looking good for Baylor late third quarter. They trailed by 19. There's still plenty of work to do, but they have shaved 14 points off that deficit. It is 64-59 in favor of Oklahoma State with 6:11 to play, prompting an Oklahoma State timeout. And Lori, if Baylor does find a way to come back and win this game, you have to give a ton of credit to the Baylor bench. Ella Brown and Kayla Nelms in particular have done some really good things to get Baylor off to a hot close to the third quarter and a hot start to the fourth.
You know, you got to hand it to Ella. Her first action as a Bear, it's been a long time coming. But the thing that I love watching her play, and this is the first time I've actually seen her moving down the floor this year, is how her eyes are always up. She's always looking down the court for an open player, and we saw some just beautiful passes from her. You know, just real heads-up plays. And now what you need out of your defense, you need another stop.
Oklahoma State plays it in with 6:08 to go. Wooten has the ball around an Alcott screen in the middle of the floor, drives inside, attacks the basket, puts up a runner, misses, rebound tipped around, controlled by Talia Scott. Under 6 minutes to play. Baylor can cut it to a one-possession game here. Jana Van Geitenbeek to the middle of the floor as Oklahoma State drops into a zone defense. Van Geitenbeek feeds it over to Bella. Back to Jana. Baylor dribbling away too much of the shot clock here with 10 to shoot. Van Geitenbeek puts it on the floor, feeds it to Bella. 7 seconds to shoot. Back to Jana. It's been a two-person game. Jana lobs it into the corner. Dunn is going to have to unload a rainbow three and air ball. Nelms gets the rebound, but she can't get it back up there. That's a shot clock violation.
I think Baylor was just bum-fuzzled a little bit by the zone defense, and a couple of players just could not get in the right position.
You know, that's tough. It's something they work on, but just didn't see it there. Oklahoma State with another opportunity, but they give it back to the Bears as Jaden Wooten fires a fastball into the corner. It's fumbled by Micah Gray.
All right, we'll take it. It was fast in the shot clock as well. Not much time. Just 10 seconds went off the clock.
5:18 to play. It remains a 5-point game. Oklahoma State with the lead, Baylor with the ball. Bella Fauntleroy's pass is too high for Jana, but fortuitously it bounced to Yu-Ting Dunn. Now Nelms has it at the free throw line, kicks it in the corner to Scott. She unloads a three. That's off the rim. No. Offensive rebound by Nelms. Has it on the baseline. Tries to send it back out to the wing, but it is stolen by Wooten. Wooten sends it outside to Whiting. Thought about a three. Nearly lost it as she angles to the top of the floor again, and now a whistle away from the ball. And a foul is going to go against the Bears. They say that Bella Fauntleroy hooked Alcott beneath the bucket, so that's Bella's third. And that is the first on the Bears, the first on either team here in this fourth quarter. And it comes with 4:50 to play. Cowgirls will have 21 seconds to get a shot after they play it in. They do so to Wooten, right wing. Wooten has it high on the perimeter. Now wants to drive, picked up by Nelms. Tries to lob it to a cutting Akot, but Nelms got a hand on there and batted it out of bounds. 14 seconds to shoot for the Cowgirls. Baylor has held them scoreless for the last 3:19. You got to do that for at least another 14 seconds. Have a chance if you do that to cut it to 1. Long inbound to Wooten. Retreats near midcourt to the right of the center jump circle. Starts a drive with 9 to shoot. Top of the arc, pulls up at the free throw line and misses the jumper. Done with the uncontested rebound for the Bears. Gives it off to Jana Van Geitenbeek. Floats it ahead to Talia Scott. Talia has it left side of the floor, unloads a long 3, and she's fouled by Wooten. Wooten has fouled out, and Talia Scott can go to the free throw line for 3. She tripped her on the way down, and that is it for Jaden Wooten.
It's so rare to see 3 free throws.
Third time
but to
this
see
game.
it 3 times in a game?
Well, Talia Scott, 7 of 8 from the line. It's a 64-59 game with 4:23 to play. First free throw is good. Kyla Abraham will return for the Bears after the free throw. 64-60 now. It stays that way as the second free throw. Too strong. Talia has one more coming. She leads the Bears with 17 points. The other in double digits. Jana Van Geitenbeek with 12. One more free throw coming for Talia Scott. She got the roll. Kyla Abraham will return and give Kaylin Nelms a breather. Give Kaylin Nelms a hand. 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists for Nelms off the bench today. And it is a one-possession game, 64-61 Oklahoma State. 4:14 to play. Akot wants to drive, gets inside on Abraham, glasses it too hard, rebound batted around. Bella comes away with it. 4:06 to play. Baylor with a chance to pull to within 1 or to tie with a 3. Van Geitenbeek feeds Bella, back to Jana. Angles to the left side of the floor. Zone defense for the Cowgirls, 15 to shoot. Dunn has it. Now Whiting comes up and applies defense. Pass to Talia Scott, left wing, 9 to shoot. Cross-court pass to Dunn, puts it on the floor, drives inside, dumps it off to Abraham. It's knocked out of bounds by the Cowgirls with 5 seconds to shoot and 3:43 to play. Kaylin Elms stay on the bench is brief. She is back in. What a game she's had. It's not a huge stat line, but she has an incredibly positive impact on this game, Lori.
She's got good hands. That's the thing that you need.
Let's see what they draw up here with 5 seconds to shoot. Dunn off a screen, and Staley Hurd fouls Talia Scott in a dead ball situation. She just bowled over Talia Scott. That is Staley Hurd's second and the team's second. Bears have scored the last 7 points in this game. They have scored 13 of the 17 points here in the fourth quarter. 3:43 to play. Jana looking to play it again with a fresh 20. Having trouble, gets it in. It is Talia Scott retreating near midcourt with 15 seconds to shoot. On the drive, gets inside, attacks the bucket, flips it in with the right hand. It's a 1-point game. Oklahoma State with the ball in the lead. 3.5 to play. Whiting has it center of the floor. Crosses over on the dribble. Now attacks downhill and is fouled by Kaylin Nelms. She just attacked the bucket there, and Nelms off her feet, called for the body. That's Nelms' second and the team's first. And it'll send Whiting, a 71% free throw shooter, to the stripe. She's 1 of 1 today. Bears have scored the last 9 points in this game and 13 of the last 15. Can you maintain this energy and this pace for 3 minutes and 23 more seconds?
I mean, Baylor has battled back from a 19-point deficit to 1.
64-63. Whiting has a chance to push it at the free throw line, and she's short on the first. They are 13 of 18 from the free throw line. Baylor is 10 of 12. Bears look to be ready to rebound here if she misses. Nelms leading the charge for the Bears. Second free throw, no good, and Nelms claims the rebound. Baylor with the ball and a chance to take the lead with 3:19 to play. Talia Scott across midcourt. There's that zone again. Here's a 3 by Jana, and Baylor is in front for the first time in the second half at 66-64 as Van Geitenbeek knocks down her fourth three-pointer of the game. 3 minutes to go. Oklahoma State now trailing. It is Micah Gray playing with 4 fouls, feeding Akot at the top of the arc. 2:52 to play. Timmer nearly loses the ball, gets it back, feeds it to Hurd. Now to Whiting. Whiting with a cross-court pass. Gray out of the corner, unloads a three, no good. Weak side board to Yuting, done. Baylor with a bucket here could make it a two-possession game with 2:38 to play. Van Geitenbeek to Talia Scott on the right side. Fauntleroy up to set a screen. Talia to the middle of the floor. Kicks it back to Bella. Unloads, but her three's off the back rim. No. Nelms tips the rebound once and twice and is called for an over-the-back foul.
You know, that call gets called with both players going straight up in the air, tipping the ball in the air. And I'm just, and we've seen some, anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well,
doesn't matter.
The Bears have scored the game's last 12 points, trying to keep it that way here with 2:19 to play. It's a 66-64 Baylor lead. Here is Whiting driving inside, reverses it up and off. She missed it. Rebound tipped around. She got it back, and the Bears tie it up. The Bears tie it up. It's going to stay with the Cowgirls, but a good hustle play in there by Jenna Van Geitenbeek. And now Kyle Abraham is back in to spell Kaylin Nelms. Nelms has 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists in 13 minutes.
7 rebounds.
What a game for Kaylin Nelms. Don't forget, she was a top 50 national recruit. It'll be Timmer to play it in. Draining some clock, feeds it to Gray. Gray retreats beyond the three-point arc. Just over 2 minutes to play. Akot has it, wants to drive inside. She's cut off and has her shot blocked by Abraham. Gets it back, bounces down low, and it's stolen by the Bears. Under 2 minutes to play. Baylor with the ball and a 2-point lead. What a defensive stand there by the Bears. Here's Jana Van Geitenbeek with 1:45 to go. Center jump circle, 18 to shoot. Has it at the top of the arc, sees a lane to the bucket, gets inside and lays it in! It's a 68-64 game. Baylor with the lead by 4, 95 seconds to go, prompting an Oklahoma State timeout. The Bears have scored the game's last 14 points and held Oklahoma State to just 4 here in the fourth quarter. Lori, Oklahoma State had a 19-point lead, and somehow Baylor is up by 4 with 1:33 to go.
You know, Baylor really started it at that 1:22 mark when Talia Scott in the third quarter got those 3 free throws. Ella Brow came in and made something happen for Baylor. And then Nelms steps up in the fourth quarter. Jana Van Geitenbeek comes back in after getting some rest for the first time, and it's like seems like forever. And she is just energized. The way she picked up steam after she saw that lane go in to be able to get that layup just a moment ago that extended Baylor's lead to 4. I mean, she's an Energizer bunny anyway, but you just gave her a little bit more oomph.
Well, yeah, she's played so well in the last 2 games, playing all 40 minutes. Look how well she can do with a little breather here and there. Oklahoma State calls a timeout, and they're going to play it in. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Oklahoma State plays it into Whiting. Baylor leads it 68-64 with 1:28 to go. It is on the right side of the floor. Gray stepping back and missing a 3. Oh, great rebound. Long arms by Kyla Abraham. She snags the rebound in a crowd, and Baylor can push the lead again here. A bucket here makes things tough for Oklahoma State. It's not done, but that really puts them in a tough spot. Baylor is up 68-64, 1:03 to go, 14 seconds to shoot. Van Geitenbeek floats it to Bella Fauntleroy, kicks it to Kyla Abraham. She's open at the free throw line. Bang! She rolls in the jumper. It is a 70-64 Baylor lead with under a minute to go. 50 seconds to be exact. It's Whiting high on the left side of the floor to the center of the arc. She will try to lob it down low. Yuting done with the tip and the steal. 38 seconds to go. Dunn gives it to Talia Scott, and they will foul her with 35 seconds to go. Are you kidding me?
Well, Dunn did the smart thing when she got the steal. She moved along the sideline. She got over the half-court line and waited for Talia Scott to step in, and then she just flipped the ball to Talia. Who do you want the ball in the hands of? You want it Talia Scott, so she is fouled. Will go to the free throw line. Unbelievable. 22-4. Fourth quarter for the Baylor Bears.
You look at this, Lori. If she hits even 1 free throw, it's a 3-possession game with 35 seconds to go.
Well, I would like Talia to hit both.
I
of
would
them.
too.
But 35 seconds to go, and Baylor on they're on a 16-0 run over the last 6.5 minutes. Over the last 8 minutes, a 20-2 run. And if you look at Oklahoma State, they're 0 of their last 8 and 1 of their last 10 to go along with 5 turnovers. They are in a scoring drought of almost 7.5 minutes.
Insane.
It is. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
Because it felt like they were hitting everything, but the last bucket was Wooten's bucket.
And
that was the Wooten, that reverse layup. But then she picks up her fifth foul and fouls out of the game.
Lori, I beg your pardon. After the timeout, Baylor's going to play it in from the sideline. I beg your pardon.
I take all of that back.
Yes. Nonetheless, as Dunn looks to play it in, finds Van Geitenbeek, and now she's fouled. They still have one to give. So I beg your pardon on that.
No, I just got excited to see the ball. But, still, Dunn played the ball the right way. You get it into Talia's hands. And let the defender come to her and foul her.
Yeah, Coach Nicky called that timeout to make sure they knew exactly what they were doing. And now if Baylor can play it in, they will be forced to foul. And Baylor's actually going to send 2 players beyond half court.
We've seen this, too.
Kind of dizzy up the defense and try to get someone open. It'll be Dunn to play it in, floats it in and throws it away. Hurd throws it away herself. Now Dunn gets it back and gives it to Talia Scott, who is fouled. Jana nearly turned it over. Hurd could have let that go out of bounds. Instead, right in front of us, she chased it down, flipped it over her head, and there was Yu Ting Dunn to say thanks for that gift.
We saw a save from Oklahoma State before going out of bounds and flipped it, got the basketball back to themselves. That time it worked out in Baylor's favor. The ball bounced right to Dunn, and she secured the basketball. Coming back in is Kyla Abraham. I tell you what, a real key in this game was Kyla's defensive rebound with 1:20 left. That was a huge rebound for her to get her hands around the ball, secure it, and then come down and hit a shot later.
And now Talia Scott will go to the free throw line with a chance to make it a 3-possession game. Shot clock is off, 29.6 seconds to go. First free throw, good. 71-64 Bears. 3-possession game with the shot clock off. One more coming for Talia Scott. Talia Scott gets the roll on the second, and Oklahoma State will call a timeout. They've gone 7 minutes and 32 seconds without a point, and Lori, Baylor's, you got to finish it on defense now. You're in a good position. Just close it out here. And you've got an opportunity to do something really, really special.
I mean, what a comeback. I mean, I think that's one thing that we're all looking at right now is to see when is the last time that Baylor has come back from such a huge deficit.
19 points. We'll take a look and see. I'm sure Colin Pirtle is analyzing that, but I would take some satisfaction if I beat him to it because he's good at what he does. Well, first things first. Out of the timeout, Oklahoma State will exercise the midcourt inbounds. They'll send 4 players lined up along midcourt with Staley Hurd to play it in. Baylor is up 72-64 with 29 seconds to play. A stunning fourth quarter turnaround. Inbound to Gray, fires up a shot, and she is fouled by Jana Van Geitenbeek. 3 free throws are coming.
For Micah Gray.
You're still in good shape, but can't close the door yet.
Yeah,
she's a 92% free throw shooter as Kaylin Elms checks back in. Tyler Hurd, the younger sister of Staley Hurd, back in as well. 3 free throws for Gray. Could you get one miss? Could you get a miss with 27.4 seconds to go? It won't be on the first as she hits it. She's an excellent free throw shooter. 92%. 3 of 3 on the day. Here comes the second. It rattles out. Couldn't stay down there.
I thought it was going in, and I think you did too.
I did too, but it just spit it back out there. And now she'll have to try to settle for 2 of 3. Next free throw up, it also is no good. Nelms claims the rebound. She missed 2 of 3. Nelms claims the rebound. A career high for her with 9, and Coach Nicky calls a timeout. 26.4 seconds to go. The Bears, with an inbound and a protecting of the basketball, are in really good shape.
Yeah, and also just, you're going to be getting to the free throw line if you get the basketball in. But you think about Gray with those three free throws. She missed on the 3-ball earlier. I think they've had to expend so much energy themselves. I think also that, this run by Baylor's just taking it out on them, just like it almost took Baylor out. Baylor just didn't look like they could do anything for about 3 quarters until the end of the last minute and a half of the third quarter. And then Baylor just caught absolute fire. And they did that, I think, again, just so key with Ella Brow and Kayla Nelms.
Yeah.
Just made plays. Amazing. Just amazing.
And you look at this, Lori, Baylor has done the majority of this in the fourth quarter, maybe all of it, without Dariana Little-Page Buggs, because Nelms has been so efficient in this game. In fact, let's take a look and see. Yeah, Buggs has not played in this fourth quarter, and that's not a knock on her. It's just that Nelms is playing so well.
Baylor in this fourth quarter, they're 9 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. They're 4 of 5 from the free throw line. They have 10 rebounds to Oklahoma State's 3 rebounds. And Oklahoma State is 2 for 11 and 0 for 4 here in this.
Out of the timeout, Baylor plays it into Bella, who is fouled with 24.3 seconds to go. And now she can push the lead here. Make it a 3. It's already a 3-possession ball game. She can make it a 9-point game here if she can hit free throws. It's a 72-65 Baylor lead with 24 seconds to go. Bella Fauntleroy got off to a tough start in this game, but she has 5 second-half points. 5 points, all of them big, as she misses the first free throw. 24.3 seconds left. The shot clock is off. Baylor is up by 7. They were down by 19 with 1:34 to go in the third quarter. What a stunning turn of events here. Now they've just got to close. Bella taking her time as she readies the next free throw. It's good.
That's what she's been doing all year, taking more time, taking a deep breath, and just really squaring up. It just looks comfortable to her. And you need every point that you could get right now. And now you're going to need another stop. And we're going to do another one of the sideline out-of-bounds plays, which I do love in the women's game. I wish that the men would go there, like the NBA game, like the WNBA does. And, that would be good to see. But Baylor up by 8 points, 73-65 with 24 seconds left. And who knows how long 24 seconds will last. But if you look at Oklahoma State, they're out of timeouts.
They're out of timeouts.
Baylor's out of timeouts as well. So everybody, they cannot stop the clock themselves. If you do, that could be a problem.
And possession arrow favors Baylor. Neither team has a foul to give, so that's where we are. But really right now, for Baylor, it's academic. You get a stop, you almost put a lid on it. And, honestly, for all intents and purposes, you do if you get a stop here. Even if you don't, it's still very difficult for Oklahoma State with 24.3 seconds to go.
You want to make extra passes.
Baylor has scored 19 of the game's last 20 points with 6:30
but
in the last 6:34.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Nicky reminds the team that Oklahoma State is out of timeouts. 24.3 seconds left. It's going to be Staley Hurd to play it in from the top of the arc, right sideline. Staley Hurd looking, floats it in to Timmer in the corner. Her 3 is airballed, and the rebound is knocked out of bounds by Akot. Baylor basketball with 20.6 seconds to go.
Baylor just covered up Timmer. Did not allow her to get a good shot at all, and Akot actually took out Talia Scott in the middle. Talia ended up on the ground again.
Kayla Nelms is back in for the Bears. What a second half she's had as they play it into Nelms, and she is swallowed up by Akot free throws are coming.
Yeah.
Nelms with 8 points and 8 rebounds for the Bears off the bench. And I tell you what, she's starting to really look. You think 2 games ago she had a career high 15 points. But to do it on the road in a Big 12 game against a team that's been ranked this year, that's something we have not seen from her. She's getting the opportunity and taking advantage of it.
And nobody stopped playing. They didn't hang their heads. All they've done is just step up and make plays for the last 10 minutes. That's what we were talking about. Baylor got it to a 12-point manageable deficit.
Nelms hits both free throws. She's got 10 points. Kyla Abraham is in for her. Nelms gets a big hand, so well deserved. It's a 10-point Baylor lead. A 10-point Baylor lead with 19.4 seconds to go.
10 minutes ago, you would have told me that. I would have said you're out of your mind.
Here's a long 3 by Gray. No good. Rebound spike to the floor by Alcott. There's only 10 seconds left. Whiting takes the feed and hits a 3, but only 7.5 seconds to go. Bella plays it into Talia Scott. Are they going to foul? They will with 5.2 seconds to go and send Talia Scott back to the free throw line. That's Staley Hurd with the foul, and that's her 5th. How about that? Baylor is up 75-68. Pardon my voice. This has been quite the fourth quarter comeback. 5.2 seconds to go.
I love it when you lose your voice, Derek.
Well, this is special.
Good, yes.
Talia Scott at the line. First one is up, and it is good. Talia Scott, 11 of 13, make it 12 of 14 from the line today. Free throws up. Both of them are good, and that is going to do it. 5 seconds left. Oklahoma State plays it in. Unloading a 3 is Hurd. It is no good, and the comeback is complete. From 19 points down with 1.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, the Bears close with a stifling, stunning, stirring 29-8 fourth quarter, and they defeat Oklahoma State here on the road 77-68. Unbelievable, Lori Fogelman.
I cannot believe this, Derek Smith. But believe it, because it happened. And again, Baylor, a few things to happen with 1.5 minutes left. Talia Scott hits 3 free throws. Talia Scott on a great pass on an assist from Ella Brow. And then Nelms assist done on a lengthy pass off of the rebound right at the buzzer. I think that gave Baylor a little jolt that they needed, with Dunn scoring right at the end of the third quarter, and all of a sudden 19 points, which sounds awful, 12 points does not. So you will take that, and then Baylor came right out and scored right at the very beginning, and they, with Nelms getting the bucket, and they just did not stop. Jana got that big 3. I mean, then Jana got another 3. Jana got the. Are we about
we
to
may have
here?
a player here in a
Okay.
minute. You can keep sharing with us.
Okay,
Boy.
but and then Jana found that she found that drive to the basket, and that got Baylor with that 4-point lead for the first time. That was awesome.
The J.C. Hoyt show is taking place on the floor right now. She just took the blame for the loss. I'm going to give the credit to the Bears.
I will too. And you know what? And Coach Nikki pulled the right strings. That was hard for a coach to sit there and just withstand everything, because you had bugs and foul trouble. You needed to have her, you needed to protect her as much as you can, but you saw Kyla and Kayla both step up in big moments, and that was huge. And then Ella's few minutes to get in were just massive as well, and Baylor is coming out of this game with a victory, and a resounding one, a 9-point win, 77-68. Here in Stillwater, when it didn't look like it was going to happen, but Baylor never, ever, ever gave up.
Baylor closes the game, Lori, on a 36-8 run to turn a 19-point deficit with 11 and a half minutes to go into a 9-point win. We're going to hear from Coach Nicky. We're going to hear from Jana Van Geitenbeek about this when we come back on the First Central Credit Union postgame show. After this, one of the bigger comebacks in program history. We'll get an exact number, but the Bears come back in this one and win it today from down 19 to up 9, a 77-68 win in Stillwater on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
Today we have two very special guests on our program. Introducing Len and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Ooh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health.
Brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor women's basketball. Nissan, innovation that excites. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we break down the game. Listen to highlights, talk with Coach Colin, players, and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And we welcome you back into the First Central Credit Union postgame show in a stunned Gallagher-Ibe Arena, where the Bears come back from a 19-point third-quarter deficit, a 19-point late third-quarter deficit, and find a way to win this one on the road. 77-68 is the final score in this one. The Bears improved to 1-1 in Big 12 play as they close the game on a 36-8 run, outscoring Oklahoma State 29-8 in the fourth quarter. At one point going on a 19-1 run. The defense clamped down. You know, Laura, you look at the first half. There were a lot of runs. We said a couple times this was a game of runs. Mm-hmm. Baylor opened 4-0 run. Oklahoma State countered with 4. Bears put together a 7-0 run. Oklahoma State a 9-0 run. Bears closed the first half on a 7-0 run to cut it to 3. But, man, that third quarter was ugly. Baylor was outscored 25-16. But at one point, Laura, I believe it was 22-6. No, I'm going to say it was 22 to I would say it was 22-9. Yeah, it was 22-9 at one point. And I think even at one point you're probably talking about 20-6, somewhere in there. You know, I didn't write that down. Maybe I should have. But all that to say, the third quarter was spiraling out of control, and the Bears found just enough to close it, as you said, on a 7-0 run. Somehow that changed the game. And then Talia Scott hits the first shot of the fourth quarter. And then Kaylin Elms hits a shot. And then Talia Scott another one. And then Jana Van Geitenbeek puts a 5-0 run together. And all of a sudden the Bears have the lead. And once the Bears started throwing those fourth quarter haymakers, Oklahoma State just could not respond. I really haven't seen anything like it. We're trying to find what the biggest comeback in program history is. We don't have that explicit information here. I know this. Remember that Alabama game in the NCAA tournament in Storrs, Connecticut, at the end of the 22-23 season, Baylor was down 22-4 at the end of the first quarter in that game and came back to win. So there's at least an 18-point comeback that this is bigger. This is the biggest comeback of the Nikki Collin era. Biggest comeback of the Nikki Collin era, and on a short list for biggest in program history. We're going to have to do some digging on that. That says Colin Pirtle's charge here.
Well, that hasn't happened very much in Baylor women's basketball's storied history. But, wow, again, it's just, I'm going to say stunning, but I'll tell you what, I think Oklahoma State had to play. They played very physically, defensively. And when the shot started to not fall, Baylor was getting the rebounds. Baylor also protected the basketball so well in the second half. Make sure I have this right, but Baylor only had, I think, a total of 13 turnovers. And
a lot of those were at the early part of the third quarter.
They were, and Baylor was just really just took care of the basketball in a really, really excellent way. Let me make sure I see this right, because they had 5 in the third quarter and just 3 in the third in the fourth quarter. I mean, just 3 in the fourth quarter.
Well, and the thing was, too, is Baylor, that was an unbelievable run, but Baylor missed some shots. Oklahoma State got some open looks at times. Baylor, did have 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter, and yet nothing could thwart their momentum. I'll be honest with you, I kept waiting I kept kind of waiting. All right, Oklahoma State's going to refine their rhythm. Can we accept that counterpunch? And it never came. It just never came. Baylor dominated.
They ran out of steam.
I think it certainly looks like it.
I think it was really hard once Baylor got that ball rolling, where Baylor picked up all of that extra energy, and you've got Jana Van Geitenbeek, who never gets tired. And,
speaking of Jana Van Geitenbeek,
after
this 19-point comeback win for the Bears, we are joined here on the First Central Credit Union postgame show by Jana Van Geitenbeek.
Hi.
How's it going? How's your afternoon going? Well, you were down 19 points with 11 and a half minutes to go.
Yes.
You end up winning by 9. How does that happen?
Our bench came in and did what they needed to do. When we were down 20 or 19, whatever it was, Ella came in. She ran the offense well. Kayla hit some shots. Ting was playing great defense. Like, our bench brought that energy, and it carried into the fourth quarter. So, yeah. And then we were getting stops.
Yeah.
We needed stops.
Yeah, in fact, you look in that fourth quarter, you held Oklahoma State to 3 of 15 from the field and 5 turnovers, so 2 more turnovers they had than made field goals. I'm curious, we were struck by that 7-0 run at the end of the third quarter. How about that play where Ella feeds Nelms, who finds Ting for the layup? How big was that
at the
end of the
buzzer?
third quarter?
At the buzzer, yes. I was like, oh my gosh, please get it off in time. And they did, because our team is just good, and we're good at sharing the ball. And so when we do that, we're at our best, and that was shown. There was a play identical to that. We missed a layup, but we're sharing the ball much better, and we're doing great.
Does that give this team, obviously it was 19-point lead, then it was 12 with that buzzer beater. Does that buzzer beater give you a little extra energy?
Yeah.
Then at a 12-point deficit you see as manageable?
Yeah, once we saw 12, I think that was like, come on, what are we doing? We're not going to just sit down and not play anymore. Like, let's fight, keep fighting till we get 10 points away, then 8, then whatever it is, and then take the lead. So I'm just, really proud of us, our grit, not quitting. We're tough. We're a tough team, and we're going to keep proving it.
Well, you certainly did that today. I'm curious, mental toughness as well. You think you had just a heartbreaker of a game before Christmas. Then you come back and you find yourself, down by a big deficit here after you'd really played them well for a half. Is there a temptation to, I'm trying to, not despair, but how were you able, it feels like you didn't let that momentum continue, to your point. When you got it to 12, you said we're not just going to fold, but it felt like you never let the momentum that Oklahoma State had in the third swallow you up.
I think that does speak to our mental toughness. We practice hard, and we do a lot of hard things, and we're getting better every single game. And, yeah.
Jana, there were a couple of plays. You hit a 3 on an assist from Talia that gave Baylor the lead, 66-64. And, about a minute 20 later, you found an extra burst of energy, maybe because Ella gave you a chance to sit down on the bench for a while.
Thanks, Ella.
But you found a lane just clearly to the basket. But talk about that 5-point swing that you did yourself with your teammates out there, starting with that 3.
Yeah, I think my 3 has been feeling a lot better as season goes on. And, like, I know Nikki tells me all the time, I know you can shoot the ball, so just do it. And she's giving me that confidence. My teammates are giving me that confidence. And then that layup, I smoked the first one, threw it over the rim. So it was nice to make that one. I'm glad it happened. I'm just really glad we won.
Well, obviously a big one. I want to ask you, too, for you, you think to the beginning of the year, you haven't been in a competitive game like this in basically a full calendar year. It took some time, but now 17 points today. You've had at least 7 assists now in 7 of your last 8 games. So 7 of your last 8 games, you've had at least 7 assists. Is it starting to feel natural to you? Because the other side of the coin is you've had to adjust to a starting role. Are all these things coalescing to kind of start to feel more normal to you?
It is. And it's not been easy. I'm not going to say that. So I'm happy. I'm happy for our team. I'm happy for Coach Nikki. And we're just ready to keep it rolling.
Hey, you want to know today?
Yes,
and close out 2025 with a win.
Yes.
That's good.
Love y'all.
Jana, great job. Appreciate you being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jana Van Geitenbeek today, 17 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds in Baylor's comeback win. Baylor was down 19 points late third quarter and wins this one going away. It was a 10-point Baylor lead at one point in the fourth quarter after – not to belabor the point, after Baylor trailed by 19 points with 11 and a half minutes to go. And the thing was, Laura, you talk about the mental toughness. They didn't allow – I mean, I'll be honest with you, a little peek in the peek inside the mind here. You're always thinking, even when it's a deficit, obviously as a fan, as a broadcaster, what can Baylor do to get back into this? But it's a long shot. You want to find, you got a little hope there with that 7-0 run at the end of the third quarter, but the key was how many times do you see a team that's way down put together a little spark, make it close, give it up, tie it up, make it a one-possession game, and then they're out of gas? I mean, this team was not. They just, I don't know, like a wave just kept on coming and engulfed them in that fourth quarter. And bear in mind, this Oklahoma State team averages 93 points a game. They're the third best offense in the nation in terms of points per game. They're one of the top 3-point shooting teams in the country. Today they were held to 5 of 26 by the Bears. Like any team, Oklahoma State missed some open looks. Baylor missed some open looks too, some layups. But Baylor just did not let them. I'll say this. Aside from that third quarter stretch, Baylor never really let them play their game. But it felt like that third quarter stretch might be enough, but obviously it was not.
I don't want to, I'm going to belabor the point, but I do think that 7-point run.
Yeah.
It would turn into a 9-point run.
Yeah.
And Baylor got it to within 10. And that is, you go, gosh, you get some stops and you get hot and it's just not going to, you can roll from there. But did I expect it? I'm not sure. You just, but you did that on the back of your bench. Your bench players came in. I mean, Talia was the one who got it started by hitting the 3 threes, but Talia getting that assist from Ella, her first assist for Baylor, and then Dunn finishes at the buzzer on that assist from Nelms after she got that long pass, pulled that one in with her great hands from Ella Brown, got it to Dunn, and then Nelm scores right at the beginning of the third quarter. Then Dunn scores, Nelm scores again, Jana gets a 3, and that's really when Jana got that 3 after Wooten got one of those reverse layups, her last bucket of the game before she fouled out. And then it was just off to the races. Jana, Nelms, Talia, Jana again, Kyla gets a big rebound and a big shot from the Big 12 logo right when you needed it. I mean, Nikki just about came out of her tennis shoes at that point because that made it a 6-point game, and that's the last person that you expect to take that shot. But sometimes when Kyla's not thinking about it, when they give her time to think about it, she just caught that ball and shot it in rhythm. And then Baylor was good from the free throw line, the rest of the way. I think they were 7 of 8 down the stretch,
Yeah, they hit the free
and that'll
throws.
play.
Yeah.
That'll play because Baylor just kept the lead, extended, and just never allowed Oklahoma State to get back into it.
By the way, Lori, as a total aside here on the First Center Credit Union postgame show, you recognize that guy sitting across the way over there in the front row, kind of all by himself?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a 15-year Major League veteran and 2009 World Series winning manager Joe Girardi, whose daughter Lena.
That's Joe Girardi.
That's Joe Girardi over there. That's Joe. Yeah, that's Joe Girardi, who won the 2009 World Series with the Yankees.
I need to see him in a baseball uniform.
Yes.
I'm not used to seeing him in civilian clothes.
His daughter Lena was hurt today. She's been a good freshman for them. In fact, she's the reigning Big 12 freshman of the week for the Cowgirls. She was absent today, but yeah, that is him. The Bears come back in this one by win by a score of 77-68. We'll take a timeout and come back with more from Stillwater after this on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's the wrap-up the year sales event at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. Drive the stunning 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L with 0% financing for 60 months, or take $4,500 in combined bonus cash, plus $1,000 in select inventory cash. And right now, enjoy no payments for 90 days. Just sign and drive into the new year. These deals end soon, so hurry into Allen Samuels in Waco today.
Come by. Let's be friends.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Don't click on links in emails and text messages. Scammers send emails and texts that look real, saying there's a problem with your account or your order. Don't click. Don't do it, ever. Instead, go directly to the company's website and log in there.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage led by expert industry knowledge and a commitment to community. With kindness and integrity at the forefront, every agent is equipped to help you navigate the market and make the real estate journey your own. Whether buying or selling, feel supported with an award-winning agent at your side from first offer to contract and close. Magnolia Realty serves cities including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Temple. Learn more at magnoliarealty.com.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We're joined now by Coach Nikki Collin here at a mostly empty Gallagher-Iba Arena after the Bears complete a comeback from 19 points down with 11 and a half minutes to play in this one and ended up winning it going away. 77-68 with a stirring fourth quarter, joined by Coach Nikki. Her post-game comments are brought to you by Alliance Bank. It's your bank. Well, Coach Nikki, let me start by asking you the same question we asked Jana. Not often do you come back from a 19-point deficit with 11 and a half minutes to go. So how did you all do that today? Because once you got it going, it felt like there was no stopping you.
Yeah, I just, I just kept challenging them, like stop, score. But we can't, we can't try to outscore them. We have to get stops, and it's going to come down to, whether we can execute the game plan defensively, finish with rebounds, and get ourselves in transition. We were able to move the ball. We were able to do a lot of things offensively, when we got stops. And I thought, even in the third quarter, I thought our execution started to get better. Even when they were pulling away from us, we just weren't finishing possessions. We would get to our ice, and we would take away certain things. And then all of a sudden, it would get down to 8 seconds, and then they'd put their head down and make a play. We just weren't finishing possessions. And I think, going to the bench, getting more length, I just thought that was a big part of it. Like Ting getting 5 rebounds. Like Ting didn't score a ton, but the 5 rebounds, mattered. And I really thought, Ella's minutes were good. She got got us in transition and got us easy baskets. Defensively, she iced better than anybody else on our team in that short period of time. I have to go back and see if SMU iced, but, like this kid hadn't done a dang thing in like 9 weeks, and all of a sudden is like back like she never left. And so I thought her minutes were really important. Kayla Nelms was phenomenal. Kyla was good on the glass. Like I just thought our bench was phenomenal today.
Well, I think one thing that's always fun is, there's always more work to be done, but we're starting to see Kayla Nelms, she's had starting to string some good games together. You look at this, a conference game on the road, you're plus 16 with her in 13 minutes. I don't know if we would have predicted that, especially not in a tight game like this at the beginning of the year. What are you seeing in her, and can that spark more of this from her?
I thought she battled through fatigue better today. I thought she gives us a low post presence. She's not afraid to go down there and post. So I think that's valuable. Her ability to stretch, I think it gives us, after today, everyone's going to think we have 3 stretch fives with Kyla making perimeter shots, Kayla making perimeter shots, and KJ hitting a 3, so they all hit one that our opponents aren't planning on, quite frankly. Like, KJ's numbers say she can make it out there. She's just super low volume. But, I think from that perspective, I just think she has a good feel. And when she plays confidently and she executes, she gives us a different look because she is a low post presence. And she has great hands. And she can score different ways. Like, really she was 4 for 6. And honestly, she should have been 6 for 6. Because she tried to get cute on the layup on the roll and missed it in the first half. She got the offensive rebound and instead of just powering it up, tried to finesse it up. But I mean, she's around the ball. She ends up with the ball in her hands a lot.
Yeah, I think you're right. When you say good hands, we were referencing Allstate inadvertently because she does. She secures the basketball so well and is so good around the rim. But Coach Nikki, you bring Ella Brow in at the end of the third quarter and just really effective in those moments that she was in there. But that gave Jana Van Geitenbeek a chance to sit down for a while.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been a hot minute, but wow, what a fourth quarter she had as well.
Yeah, I mean, Jana grew up a little bit tonight, and I talked about this after the Tech game. I've talked about game managing at the end of the game. Like, she hasn't been in that position before, but the layup she got in Horns is exactly what you want to do to people. Like, it is like, it's just killer when you dribble off 18 seconds, and then they can't decide whether they're going to switch it or not, and then she goes and shoots a right-handed layup. It's the nail in the coffin, Like, you're trying to fight back. It's a 4-point game. It's a 6-point game, and now it's 8, and you're like, okay, now it's gotten away from us. And so I thought her ability to game manage, the threes she hit, were key. But I was really proud of her because I thought, you see these moments in her where it's like her turnover coming off the ball screen when she set her player up, she got her player on the ball screen, and she just was wide open and slung it to the other team. Like, it was like, I don't want the ball anymore. It's like, you're not allowed to not want the ball when you're a point guard, Like, you can want something to happen for somebody else, but you have to take what the defense gives you. And in that scenario, she had all the real estate in front of her, And so I think that's where she's got to continue to grow up and say, she's not going to need to take 13 shots every game. She's not, but today we needed every one of them, and I think it was really important that she step up and be confident enough. I got her on her about a shot once. I probably shouldn't have, but we ran Zoom and we hadn't touched the paint in like 3 or 4 possessions, and she shot a 3 off of Zoom on the far side, and I was like, hey, 4, we got to get a paint touch. And like, if she sticks that, it wasn't a bad shot. It was open. But with the illegal screens, I mean, I lost my mind on the officials and I lost my mind on the team, because we had 3 illegal screens, 1 on a pin down, 1 on a ball screen, and 1 on a drag screen. And I feel like all of them were questionable you know. And so for all three of them to get called, we got one shot off in the first, 3 minutes of the third quarter. So you don't get stops, then you're getting illegal screens, and like then we couldn't break momentum because we get in transition. I don't remember who dropped it off, whether it was Bugs or someone dropped it off to KJ for a layup. She misses. Like, we missed some layups. We missed some layups in this game that were really, like, kind of uncontested point-blank variety.
Well, Coach Nicky, before we let you go, I know we're going to be heading out here soon, but I want you look at you picking up a Big 12 road win. I think you challenged this team with some tough games, a road-heavy schedule, hard practices. I mean, you don't want to fall down by 19 too often.
No.
But what does it
No,
what does it mean to see them kind of maybe some of the fortitude that they've built up paid off?
I appreciated that they had a choice, because when I jumped them like I've not jumped them all season long in a huddle, they responded. And one of two things are going to happen with a team in that scenario. They're either going to respond or they're going to fold. And so that was really, really important, because I came at them, I turned around, I had more to say, I turned around, I came at them again, and it was like, are we going to be tough enough? Like, are we going to be tough enough to battle back? This game is not over, but it is if you guys don't compete, if you don't execute, if you don't, like, we were allowing them to dictate, and we needed to dictate. And once we started dictating, it got better. Like, we just weren't, we were struggling with our ice, so then we went to our hard hedge, and then we wouldn't get up on the hard hedge, and we would switch that. Like, we made so many ball screen defensive mistakes in that third quarter, and really in the second quarter too. And when we cleaned that up, it was like night and day. We looked like a different team. When we finally, and some of that was Ella. Like, I'm just telling you, the way Ella quickly got, it set a tone. It set a tone. And I thought Kaylin Elms was really, really good in it too. Kaylin Elms was good in it. Then when Kyla came in, she was good in it, And so I thought that balance today was important, because I thought it's tough because you have these moments in the game. Like, I thought KJ started out and she got a rim run layup, she hits a three, like we've got all this energy, and then we couldn't ice the screen to save our souls, But then if we're not icing the screen, all of a sudden we're not there to protect when they came off the screen, so they were coming off clean. Now we're turning one mistake into two off the screen, and then we're ball side helping, and Micah Gray hits a three right in front of us, And so, which we don't do, And so it's just like when you make multiple mistakes and you don't cover them up, I just thought in the third and fourth quarter, our effort covered them up. Our closeouts were better. Our contests were better. You saw us flying out at shooters. Even if we made a mistake, we flew out at them. And if you would have told me not the score, not that we got down 19, and you told me they were going to make 5 threes, I would tell you we would win. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, it's that simple. We would win. They probably, Talia has just a knack for drawing fouls on threes. Yeah. And so, that's tough, because, that put Whiting in foul trouble. It put Wooten in, like, her drawing 9 fouls. Bella drew 7 fouls. Wow. And Jana ended up drawing 5. A lot of them were like point of attack up high, but, when you don't let them dictate, you have the ability to do that. And so for us to turn around and be 20 for 25 from the line, is it helps that Talia's back playing, right? Because she's a 90% foul shooter, and she shoots the most of anybody on our team. So that's always going to help. But I thought everybody else was really solid.
Yeah, 80% as a team. I think we'll all take that.
Take that.
We will definitely all take that.
Well,
13 turnovers.
Yes.
I mean, you just look to me, they're a team. 10 assists, those are the numbers for me. 10 assists, they only made 5 threes. That's what I'm looking at. We didn't turn the ball over. Our turnovers were dead ball turnovers. So we can set our D when we set illegal screens. And so we didn't allow them to play in transition where they get those confident, comfortable threes. So really good job of our kids of just continuing to keep at it, and it took everyone. Like, when you look at the plus minus of Yu Ting in 19 minutes, and I know that's because she played the whole fourth quarter, but before then it was solid too. But Nelms and Yu Ting, their ability You know, to just, even though Ting didn't have 22 in this game, you know, her length, I think, impacted the contest, you know.
Well, and you finish, all adds up to a big win on the road. Road wins so hard to come by in the Big 12 and a 36-8 closing run in the game. Coach Nikki, Happy New Year.
Whew.
You can enjoy this holiday and get ready for Sunday.
That was a rough 2.5 quarters, but, you know, for a quarter and a half.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
77-68 the final. Coach Nikki with us here on the First Central Credit Union postgame show. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texas
They're going to do that.
since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospital